that's so exciting, and it's so amazingly attractive.
Yeah, you're not laughing now, are you?
Oh, that took you by surprise, didn't it? Took me by surprise. I tell you, I'm going to have to go and get a comb. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, bingo. Did you hear it? Did you hear it go in the bin? Well, I'll tell you what. Last minute decisions are weird, aren't they? How's that for a time machine? Good Lord. Right, is there enough people in here yet for me to explain? Is there enough people in here yet for me to make the excuses to cover my back for the rest of the stream? Negatory. While the absolute OG scrubs are in, if you want to do me a massive favour, like a Christmas present, and I mean this, it's a real, I know this is a long shot from people who are already members of a stream that I've failed to do any member streams on. I'm doing a membership, my first membership stream on another channel. All right. If you join it, it's $2.99. It's not for the money. If I could find some way to give you that back, I would. I just need some numbers in the first one, because then it's just going to be like this, but with a little bit of lockpicking. Like if the first one's like me and two blokes, which at the moment it's like, what the fuck is that? This is not dealing with this. Look, that's just its own new bit. Like it's grown a limb. Shall I leave it there like that? Fucking gross, man. That's got to go. Oh, it decided to fly away, you free bird. Yeah, I just need some numbers. I wonder if I can give out freebies. Can you give free memberships? Can you give out free member? Shouldn't really be doing this kind of research while I'm streaming, should I? But I did explain. I think I made it clear on the thumbnail that I'm shafted. And the thing is, when I'm tired, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm lethargic. It just means the space between brain and mouth, the journey between brain and mouth, will be frequently corrupted. There will be like different stops on the way, sometimes return journey, pick up something I thought I left, but I didn't leave it. So I'll pick something else up. On the way back, realise that's where I left the original thing. And here we are. I think that's almost a tautology, isn't it? Because by trying to explain it and fail, I actually repeated the explanation. Could you call that tautological? Lars about? Lars, do you reckon you can get away with that? It's two different forms, two different forms of language making the same point. Anyone else got any ideas on that? So if you do this, if you go up yours, would you describe that as tautological? You wouldn't, would you? Because it's together, it's not in series. I think it's the nature of coming after something. Well, I'll tell you what, it might be putting you to sleep, but that's the sort of shit that will keep me up for hours tonight. Because somewhere there'll be a contradiction, because language is built on a contradiction. The whole idea of being specific through what you say, every time you add another word, you open up the possibility of meaning further. So you think the more words you'd say, the more specific you'd be. But language doesn't work like that. The more words you say, the more associative chains you give to the interloculator. I know that's not how you say it. It's an old joke and really should only be used with the person who understands it. But you see my point. Anyway, there's a lot of us in the houses there, but I sussed it out anyway. But it's always good to know. Right. Yeah. So my Christmas present. Go to Lockpicking Legend and you can join, and then there'll be a live stream. And the funny thing is, you'll laugh because you'll see me really struggling to be actually, I'm quite the same person. While there's people rocking up, because the numbers are still going up, if this is a call-in, I will not ramble for more than 15 minutes, I promise you. So if you don't want to hear my nonsense, come back in about 11 minutes and we'll get some scrubs on. We'll have a nice chat. I know, I think I showed you a bit of this the other day. But I actually am quite amusing. I'll tell you what, in that niche, in the lockpicking world, that it's not usually like funny. It's usually people doing this. I can show you exactly what it's like because I have everything required at my disposal. I've got 2 lots of litigation coming against me. It's Black Friday next week. Good Lord, I've got a new SMS platform. I can't tell me arse from my elbow. That's a lock. That's a Euro cylinder. That's a tension wrench. Basic lockpicking is you need a tension wrench and a tool. In most movies, they forget the tension wrench. They'll always put one tool in and go, and they're in. Even with an electric pick gun, you need a tension wrench. So you bosh that in. So most lockpicking videos, I've got to tell you this because you'll have something to compare it against when I show you something in a minute. In a minute. So you do that, then you apply a bit of tension. But what you see in the video, this is most lockpicking videos. How do we do this? Hi, guys. Okay, I got myself this is a Yale Freestar. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, we've got nothing on 1. 2's binding. There's some counter rotation in 3. That tells me we've got a spool pin. 4's binding. Sometimes for about 30 minutes. Now, each to their own. And years ago when I needed to learn that sort of stuff, they were useful to me, but people have sort of had enough of it. So things have changed somewhat. I am going to get this. How long have I talked for now? 8.5 minutes. Let me show you something. Why is that doing this? What day is it? That wasn't even a joke, literally asking. What year? It's Tuesday, is it? Oh, man, I've got to get these. Everyone's doing SMS messaging now. You might have noticed when you go to websites, do you remember like just a year ago, you go to a website, sign up to our newsletter, give us your email. Everyone wanted to collect emails. They still do. Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers, right? Average opening of a marketing email, 7%. That's of a newsletter. So they've chosen to hear from you, not a random spam. They've chosen to hear from you, 7%. Average people opening an SMS marketing SMS, should I say, is something like 85%. Now, you've then got CTR, which is your click-through rate. So once they've opened it, have they gone through? But again, with emails, it's down about like 4%. With SMS, it's up in the 50s or something. So it's got to be done. But I tell you what, there's so many weird legal wrangles. You're not allowed to send at certain times of the day. Can you imagine having 20,000 phone numbers in America of people who've given you them for a discount and said, yeah, I'll have a bit of SMS marketing. And then you want to mail shot them, but they're all different time zones. In fairness, a decent platform will allow you to send it to them in their own time zones. But anyway, I just want to find something quickly to show you, make you laugh. This will actually make you laugh if I can find a kind of funny one. Yeah, let's have a look at this one. You know that voice. Right, I'll show you a couple of these. Try and sell you on that again. And what was it he said to me? 42, he said Chrome tab. He said use a Chrome tag. That's what he said. So you should be able to see and hear this. I'll get my head out of the way. Now I'm going to have to go off the page and back on so that it starts again from scratch. I'll mute my mic. This is a 5-pin dimple lock. Looks nice. Oh, no, it's also a thumb turn lock. Whoever invented these should be thumb turning in their grave. There's the key. Oh, that looks high tech. That looks like big security. Pop the key in there, give it a twiddle. You'll see it turns the cam, turns the thumb turn. Okay, got it. Problem is we can get a bypass tool, put that in, ignore all the pins and give it a twiddle. Oh, that's happened, which is very much an oh dear. This is a 5-pin dimple lock. It's a little bit off the lockpicking beaten track. Look at that, man. I've got a couple of stars. Truth will set you free has been on the firm for... I've got to take this off. Jesus, that is hot, man. That is hot. Oh, it set my hair rather nicely. Yeah, I'll turn your phones on, people. Oh, it's Siri. What's the temperature in Phnom Penh right now? 26. 26. And in my house, it'll be 2 degrees higher than that. Check out what... Oh, my gosh. Oh, hang on. Before I read the message, you've said ECCO. Is that anything to do with Dr. C. Lilly? And I mean that. What is it? The Echo. That's Dr. C. Lilly's thing. Please tell me if that's related to that Echo phone home. Tell me if you know anything about the center of the cyclone, the human biocomputer. If not, just say no or just ignore me. But let's see what the first of what will be many donations, I'm sure, has got to say. Hi, Chris. Fairly new to you from the crack diaries and related. Okay, so drug addict, ex-drug addict. Do you do podcasts? I think you and the boys at History Hamas, History Horrors. I can't read properly. My eyes don't. I should have. Hang on, let me do a little swap-a-rama. You've paid the money. I should at least read it. History Homos would get on quite well. All right, I'll tell you what. I don't need to make a note of it because I can watch it back later. Mate, I write to 5 or 6 people a week and none of them get back to me. So I'll add that to the list of... It's really embarrassing. Sometimes years later, like I've signed up for this marketing newsletter and I signed up to it. And there's a thing with marketing called deliverability. If you send out 20,000 emails, Google gets a bit funny with you, even if you're using a platform like MailChimp or Klaviyo, which is for that. So they give you an authority score, and some of them are, what's the word? Well, they're undeliverable. People don't want them, or they've regularly put yours straight in the trash, or they've marked you as spam, all sorts of things. But if you get people to reply just once, that ups your delivery rating, not just to them, but Google sees you as loads of, when he sends out 20,000 emails, 16,000 of them have written back to him. So, he's a good guy, and so that's how you can game the system a little bit. So when I got this news, when I signed up to this marketing newsletter, and it's very good, the first one I got, he said, do us a favor and email me back for deliverability. Don't ask, don't get. Sign up to my Lockpicking Legend membership, please. I'll give you the money when I meet you in person. It's $2.99 a month. You only need 1 month. It's getting desperate. Right, anyway, so that's deliverability. Why am I talking about that? This is that journey between Ed and... I don't know why I'm talking about deliverability now. Oh, yeah, there you go. So when I wrote back to him, Harry, his name is, I went, hello, Harry, just doing as requested. Great newsletter. And he wrote back to me and he said, the one and only Dangerfield. And I wrote back to him and said, oh, do you know me? He said, well, I know you've got a channel, but you wrote to me about 5 years ago and asked if you could come on my show. Not great. Echo Phone Home, massive thanks for the super Shah. Aprasha Kanuti. Don't forget, people, I've also got entropy. Up the top there. I'm just closing some windows. I've also got entropy up there. That's it. That's me and grifting done for this stream. That's me and chatting done. Right, there's enough people here now for me to get me excuse out. I'm worked to the bone. I've been, as you know, my deadline for my manuscript is looming. I said November. I do a day's work, and because I'm a director, that can be anything between none and 16 hours or more. And when you're coming up to the biggest revenue generating part of the year, you tend to work until you go, as soon as that's finished, and it's never finished, I'm not complaining. It's lovely to be busy. It's lovely to be busy. I always say on this channel, I'd rather be complaining about work than complaining about not having any work. But when that's finished, it's straight onto the manuscript. And my head's burnt, so my manuscript's more burnt than it already was. But it's so close. It's going to be likely 600 pages, people. That's a big old novel that hasn't got a story. So my editor's just said, you're an idiot. He said, you're an idiot. He said, you're making what could be a great piece of work. You're making it stupid. He said, and I was like, yeah. Many people say, why don't you cut it in half and make 2 books? No, you don't understand. Exactly that, Emma G. Emma G. He's hovering over that trigger now. Let's get that link. Bosh in the chat. Lovely to see you all. And you know what? I'm a little bit skittish to go to sleep, but I'm too skittish to work. I said it in the description, which I'm sure you all read. And see, look, just gone. It's just gone. What I don't know what I was saying. So there you go. Oh yeah, it is lovely to be able to just come on and talk to friends, hang out with friends. Because I'm a bit stressed. I'm a bit at the sharp end of life at the moment with the litigation as well. So it is a pleasure. It is a privilege. After all the grifting and bullshit, I love you lot. You've been there for me as well. Don't forget, for 7 years. It's not just the other way round. Especially this arsehole. Hello, mate.
Hello. How are you?
Are you still on the meat only diet?
Yes.
Turning out nice? Let's have an update. I can't do much tonight. Go for it.
What? Tell you about the meat diet?
First of all, very short introduction for people who don't know that you started it. And then like an update to where you are. Look, you poor bastard. You look really spooked then. Like, I didn't expect all this. We usually just talk about poo and willies. You don't have to just say no if you don't want to do that. Just say I ain't doing that.
But the carnivore diet is just meat. You can eat any kind of meat, any kind of animal, fish,
cock,
or any product of an animal. So you cook everything in lard or butter. You can eat eggs. You can eat cheese. You can eat full fat milk is best. Anything like that. What you've got to avoid is any kind of plants, especially seed, especially carbs, especially sugar, especially seed oils. Seed oils are really bad for you. Everybody knows sugar's poison. So yeah, that's it. And you just
Packer, just interrupting. Is olive oil bad for you?
Yeah, all oils are bad for you.
Right.
All vegetable oils are bad for you.
How long have you been on it? And a progress?
Olive oil is probably the least. I would have thought one of the lesser harmful ones. But that muck they give you to cook chips in
is it seed oil, or is it just because it's a plant?
Just because it's a plant.
Right. So, how long have you been on it, and what pros and cons so far?
I can't. I think April, May time I started. I think it was not long, about a month before me and Steve went camping in the summer. And so seed oils cause inflammation and make inflammation worse. And I had 2 bad hips and a bad knee, and they're all fine again now. And I'm talking.
Oi, Packer, it's by law, Scrubs rule. I only have one person on at a time, but this old piss said, no, he just mumbles anyway, so you won't notice he's even there. So carry on.
I only had 9 pints, man. Come on. I've been celebrating.
Look, it's like we've gone out on the piss with your granddad. Look, he's mumbling away in the background. What do you say?
Yeah. Hey, Packer's older than I am. Come on. He's the granddad.
I don't understand either, Packer. Just carry on about the meat diet. Hello, Latus. We'll get to you in a moment.
Well, hello.
Go on.
Yeah,
go
where
on.
was I? So I did it to get my joints better, because I noticed it on the internet and I looked into it, and that was one of the things that come up. It improves your joints and everything, so that's why I did it.
So it was that you're talking about like elbows, knees, hips, and they
I had 2 bad hips and a bad knee.
It got that bad that you thought I need a radical change of something, and diet was your first port of call.
Well, I'd rather than that than start going to the fucking doctors, because
No, I'm with you. They're terrifying, all that. And so, is it working?
Oh yeah. I couldn't walk. It's 100 meters to the end of my road, and the hip that was real bad would be hurting by the time I got there.
How old are you, roughly?
I'm 53.
Shit, yeah, you
And
can't be able to do that.
It's a 15-20 minute walk to the pub. Do you know what I mean? So this is important.
Jesus Christ. You need to move, man. You need to move.
2 hours. Oi, Latus, my old man in his teenage years and early 20s lived opposite a boozer. My nan used to say, it took your father 30 seconds to walk to the boozer and about half hour to walk back. But every time I went round there.
I'm the same.
Once 15 minutes there and 30 minutes back.
I'm the same, it's just downstairs. So
Go on then. Well, hang on, what, you live above a boozer or you live above a restaurant?
I live both. There's a restaurant, a bank, and a bar.
Yes. Oi,
it's like a holiday place.
Have you caught French? Have you got a touch of French?
I just yesterday passed my.
You're drunk, aren't you? You're drunk, aren't you?
I am celebrating. Yesterday, I passed my interview to become French. So, je suis français.
I can tell you're drunk. You've got a drunk man's smile. It's not your usual face. It's not. I'm not judging it. I mean, what we have to get to, Latus, if you can speak clearly, is
I'll try.
What are you celebrating, my friend?
I'm French.
I'm French.
I'm French.
You finally passed. You woke up the dere on a bâton d'oncle sack.
Well, oui, bien sûr, monsieur.
Amazing.
And it's my birthday tomorrow as well, so double celebration.
So, how good is your French language speaking?
Better than yours. I'd hazard a guess.
Unnecessary.
Ah oui, vous parlez bien français, monsieur?
Can you get on, like, if you were to walk down into your local village, can you speak Somalian well enough to get on with the local?
No, it's all Arabic here. You know, Somalians are the.
No, seriously. If a French person come up to you and went, hey, obviously not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you that good at it?
Yes.
Wow.
I've been here 25 years, man.
Yeah, but I can't imagine many people talk to you. You know.
Oh.
Not for too long, anyway.
Yeah, they do.
I'm really enjoying him being here because he's getting all the shit.
Buy them beers, you know?
No,
buy people
right.
beers
So
and they talk to me. You know?
Hang on. I, having just done a crash course in language and a non-Greek or Latin, what is there a calc or something to mean the root of both of those? Like, like we say Anglo-Saxon. Is there something like? Is there like a word or phrase that means to be derived from Greek and Latin?
Yeah,
Greco-Latin. Greco-Latin. It's a bit dull, though, isn't it? Is there not more?
Ask Stephen Campbell. He's all into the classics and stuff.
He said Stephen Candle, but I'm going to let him off with it. So hang on, you're still holding back something. There's some kind of written work celebration. You don't come on here unless you're celebrating something. What's the celebration? You've got your birthday, but there's something else.
No, I just told you. I went for my interview for French nationality yesterday.
Oh, I thought you were fucking joking, Packer.
No.
Did you think he was joking when he said I'm French?
No.
You knew he was turning French.
No, I didn't know, but I believed him. I'm worried about him, obviously.
Yeah,
but I believe
I
him.
got my beret on.
I'm worried about him.
I'm French. I can come to Cambodia and load it over you.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of, obviously because the French came here and got turfed out again.
Yeah. Indochina.
They've left a lot of, what did you just say?
Indochina.
There you go.
Indochina.
Yeah. I thought you said something that was to do with a very different part of my life, and I thought, how the fuck does he know about that?
Bit of your anatomy, no.
No, I don't have an Indochina. Imagine, doctor said you're going to have to remove.
You got an outie.
What is the benefits of becoming a French national? You must have done it for a reason.
But especially since Brexit, I get to stay here. So.
Okay, right. So that is it. That is actually quite. So you are actually celebrating. I know that feeling.
I got my family here, my wife, my kids. It'd be a shame if I had to leave them all. Yeah.
That'd be fucking great, really, wouldn't it? For a couple of weeks at least.
A couple of weeks would be fine, but no.
So I'll tell you. When they said you've passed, you're like, oh shit. Did you have to do an oral French test and a citizenship test?
I did all of them. So first of all, there was a French language test, which was you had to listen to stuff, you had to answer questions, and then you had to write some stuff down. Then the police called me. They said,
hang on, what? Hang on, that wasn't part of the test. You had the gendarmes about something else.
No, that was because of the naturalization. So the police called me, and I'm like, oh fuck! And I got my phone. I'm deleting all the Telegram groups. He said, come and visit me. I was like, he called me on the Monday. He said you have to come out on Tuesday and bring your telephone.
Oh shit!
I was just like deleting.
Hang on, what?
Rearranging all the icons and everything.
Hang on, this is serious. So did they tell you what? We want to have a look at your social media presence or something?
No. He just said bring your telephone,
and that's enough for you to think, right?
Fuck.
delete 99% of the content.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he just wanted to see photographs of my family on the phone.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
so
you would go that. But I think you've done the right thing. I think I would have. I think probably better to be paranoid in some.
Yeah, and then yesterday was the final interview at the prefecture. Ooh. So they're asking about what are the values of France, what's the symbols of France.
Now, hang on, Lars. So when they say values of France, are these things that are written into some kind of constitution, or is it kind of Oh, it is. So it's not like abstract. You don't have to just say something like
égalité. Égalité, fraternité. It's
and what wonderful values they are. It's just a shame the French don't have them.
They don't, yeah, that's the whole thing. It's so hypocritical because, like, you're saying, yes, I subscribe to the values of France, and you don't.
I'm subscribing to the values of France of 1860.
1830 is the Second Republic.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, you had to learn all the history of France for the interview.
Oh no, you really did.
They never asked me one single question about the history.
I had a bloke living out here who was a mate of mine. He was a hitman, right? Not like a murderer, but if you needed a bit of muscle.
The other kind of hitman? Okay.
Well, he threw someone out of a window. When he was listen to this weird one. He was telling me the story because I interviewed him on this channel. He sold the The spice, remember? He made millions out of that spice. Didn't see that video? That legal high. He had an off license in America.
Okay, yeah.
Started selling spice, and the spice was making more than the offie. Found out what spice was made of. Got a shoebox of it delivered from China that cost him about 50 quid. The shoebox was enough to make about 5 million bags of it. One bag's $15 sale. He went, he's American. He went, I realized what I needed was like something a little bit for school kids. So I'd done like a $3 bag, like a little $3 Joey. He said the fucking packaging cost more than the fucking spice. He said, first year I took 3 million, second year 6 million. Got all these photos of him with Lambos and big houses, parties, all supermodels and that. Oh, you know, and then I said, why'd you give that up? He went, he said, hurting people is easier. And he said, it's better money. Can you imagine how much money people to do someone in? But he told me this story about he threw someone off a hotel balcony. And then after I was just sitting there going, fucking hell. Like as I'm sitting on a hotel balcony talking to him, he went, I've got a video of it. No. Yeah. He went to get his phone. I said, no. I said, I don't want to ever say I've seen an actual snuff movie. And 2, this could all be fiction until I've seen that. And then I'm party to a crime.
So is he French as well then?
He said, what does that mean? And I said, it's all right, let's just carry on having a chat and let's not.
So was he French?
No, sorry, apologies. Story. I just said I know someone as well. No, he
So have you read the book, what's it called? Infinite Jest. Have you ever heard
I have read it, of course I've read it. It's fantastic.
Yeah. What do you think of it?
I love it.
I tried, but it put me to sleep.
I knew you wouldn't like that. Why would
I'm going to read it in the original French.
What's that?
I'm going to read it in the original French when I get round to it.
David Foster Wallace is American. It was written by an American. Are you making a
Chris,
joke?
it's a joke, yes.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's from Star Trek 4.
I'm so tired, Lars, and I don't.
Oh, come on. You haven't had fucking 9 pints like me.
Have you actually had 9 pints?
I've actually had 9 pints. I fought. We went out for I think 3 of us. We're doing rounds. I said, second round, 6 pints, stop. No.
Could you drink 9 pints, Packer?
Of course you could. Look at him. His hair's falling out.
Probably, but I would be in a way worse state than he is.
I'm in a bad state.
Because I'm not a drinker. Like I drink I had.
Lucid.
No, I'd do about these days 3 or 4 pints, and I'd just fall asleep through tiredness more than anything.
I'll do about 4 or 5 pints, then I'll go on to G&T and shots and things like that because I'll just get too full.
G&T shots, Jägermeisters,
and shots,
yeah. Get back and then get home.
and then a glass of champagne with the lady.
There you go. So anyway, this fella was trying to get to Hungary, and his great grandfather was Hungarian, and so if you've got Hungarian lineage, you can become a Hungarian citizen. And for political stroke demographic reasons, he wanted to live in Hungary. And part of the test was you've got to be able to speak very basic conversational Hungarian. Hungarian, much like Khmer, much like several other languages, is just its own beast, isn't it? It hasn't. It's just
understandable.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, a nonsense. And the bloke's a nice fella, but he's not. Shot was tall in the box, and he struggled, and I'd say, go on, say hello, how are you? This is after about like 3 months of him learning, and they'd be like, sure. Okay, yeah, keep going. Anyway, it got to the point of the test and all that. They wrote him a letter. They said, well, we've removed the need to learn the language after he'd spent 6 months learning it. And then they said, we've also found out your granddad wasn't Hungarian, so don't bother coming. And he fucked off back to America. Worst laid plans, eh?
No, it happens, you know. Sorry.
Hang on. What made you... Packer, are you all right just sitting there, mate? You feel free to chip in at any time. Don't I'm quite happy for other people.
If I've got anything remotely interesting to say, I will.
No, you can't think of
Fuck
it,
off.
or you won't say anything.
I might as well put myself on mute.
Paco, what's your favorite color?
Why did you?
What's my favourite colour?
Yeah.
You
don't have one.
That's what alcohol does to you, and that's a good thing because it makes you laugh.
I'm upfront and But I am celebrating. I like all the scrubs to know that I'm all brilliant, and I'm brilliant as well. So, and Packer as well. He's quite good.
Why have you've kind of not included me in that?
Because you're like the king. We just have to accept your presence. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. So I mean, you want me to like wash your feet?
What I want you to
Jesus
do,
did?
Lars, is
I don't do what you tell me.
Did you? Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me.
you,
He's had 9 beers and he's raging against the Scrubs machine.
Yes.
Lars, did you really give Infinite Jest a go, or was that just a joke? Because that's not up your stratus, is it?
I did, but it was just too big and it was the wrong time in my life. Maybe when
it's interesting you say too big. Was it? Was the fact that you knew it was going to take a long time? What is it? 900 pages plus a couple of 100 pages of footnotes. It's a big old book, isn't it?
Yeah, and it put me off because like the first few pages you weren't drawn in. You know what I mean?
No, the rest of them you're not either.
It's like you felt that it's like, oh, you have to do it because excuse me. I mean, like I said, I've read Finnegan's Wake and I've read Ulysses.
That's what
things because they draw you in. Whereas
I think Infinite Jest is up in my top 5 favorite novels of all time.
Yeah, I'm sure it's it's like some films, when you have to get through the beginning.
But it doesn't change. Story. It doesn't change. You have to really work. You have to put a lot of work.
It's like that all the way through. Then not be really.
It is. It really is. It's quite a concern for me.
I'm more of a Jean-Louis Borges kind of guy. The mystical realism.
Borges, did you say?
Yeah, the mystical realism.
Great writer.
Yeah, like the realism stuff that you like and that you write. But I like what you do because it's funny. But
sorry,
you know what I mean. I don't want to read a book about what people do every day. You know what I mean. I want to read about
Infinite Jest is about. It's kind of you can't really say what it's about. I mean, if you read Gravity is Right, have you read anything by Pynchon?
Yeah, I read Calling of a Lot 47. I can't remember the number.
Crying of Lot 47. That's it, or something.
Yeah, and I did try Gravity is Rainbow, but again, that was too big.
Packer.
It's too big.
Yes,
Packer.
Chris.
Literature. What was the last book you read? Don't say Mr. Bump. I'll give you a couple of minutes to get back when you.
No, I think it was years ago. It was decades ago, and I read all of Spike Milligan's war memoirs.
It's amazing. That was amazing. Like a 15-year-old, I read all of.
Yeah, I read all of. I was 15 and a half.
No, Rommel Gunner Who?
Before that, I was into James Herbert. Before that, I read The
Rats.
Oh, what's his name? Hitchhiker's Guide.
Douglas
Adams.
Oh, I did the them Discworld novels as well. I'm not into serious reading.
That's Terry Pratchett.
No, I think it's it's all serious, or it's all as. I mean, I think it's hard, isn't it, with literature? What is it? Is it serious? I don't know. I don't tend to read when I write, but this fucking manuscript has gone on for so long. I've just reread Blood Meridian. Have you read that, Lars? Cormac McCarthy. Anyone in the chat read Blood Meridian?
The guy did The Road.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's
I've seen the film. It put me off. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, the Road's jank film. It isn't good. Right, I just want to find out about it. Hello, let's say some hellos. Hello, Snoopy. How are you, son? Steve Cray. Oh, they're all saying hello to Echo.
Steve Cray. Hello, Steve Cray. He's always here.
There you go. It is him. It is him. Look at that fucking beast. It is the Earth Coincidence Control Office. I can't believe you know it. You know.
Oh, yeah.
What on earth coincidence control situation we're having here? As soon as I saw ECCO, I thought it can't be. That is madness. You're like the second person in my half century of time crushed within this mortal coil that I've bumped into someone who knows about the Earth Coincidence Control Office. Right, that's
Okay, a little time out there. Packer.
Yeah.
What's your favorite group or your favorite album?
Wow, look at the level of conversation we're having here. What's your favorite group?
No, it's
or
like
album?
does Dangerfield your 3 favorite things, or like book?
Okay, good one. Good, fair
book,
enough.
Album and sexual position or something. What is it?
Hang on, can I just interrupt there? Do people have favourite sexual positions? Is that a thing? I mean, I've got the one that I know will, reach the end quickest. But
well, I do, yeah. With the lady, that's mine.
Cowgirl.
What did you say?
Cowgirl.
Cowgirl. Packer, I see you in the Boston Crab.
That's wrestling.
Yeah, I know, but can you imagine mixing the two together? Oi, Latus, I'll have you know, an MMA fighter won his MMA fight. Marzipan might know it is, with the Boston Crab, and he give a thumbs up to the camera because it's like I'll see if I can find it. We've got to watch it. Not that clip. I'll be.
No, I'm agreeing. It's a wrestling position. I'm just saying it's not a sexual position.
No, but you probably
he didn't win it by buggering the guy he's fighting, did he?
Well, maybe we'll never know. The people have done weird things like that in fights. So, Packer, you on your phone? You looking up the Boston Crab?
I'm rolling a fag, Chris.
All right. Here we go.
Is that you?
I might have a cigarette.
I found it. The first Boston Crab in MMA history. Now, the MMA is going to be all over the copyright, so I'm just going to cut to the crab. But check him out. He gives if I remember rightly, he gives like a weird little thumbs up. So everyone watching, and Packer for not knowing, the Boston Crab comes from your sort of
so much.
You're joking, sort of, the fake wrestling, the stuff where they sort of hit them with their hands and jump off the sort of the ropes, the WWE and all that lot. What was it in England? Giant haystacks and all that lot. But this is legitimate MMA, right? Mixed martial arts, proper paid fight. And the bloke wins a submission with the Boston Crab. But when you see it, Packer, and anyone else watching who doesn't know about this, and by the way, I see a couple more super chats have come in. I will deal with them. They're all starred these days, and I'll check entropy now and again as well. So don't worry, they won't be missed, and they're really appreciated. I'm going under over it. But
are there any for me?
Yeah. Send some money in for Latus. I'll make sure it doesn't get to him. Right,
cool.
Have a look at this. He wins a fight doing the Boston Crab. Right, I'm going to mute myself and give you a break, and then we'll check it out.
Let's go. I'll take the fucking hell off.
Right, so there they are in sort of like a bit of ground and pound. What would make you want to do a Boston Crab from there? Well, let's just see.
Not looking happy.
No, he really looked uncomfortable.
Oh, Boston Crab!
No!
Boston Crab!
Boston Crab! He's done it! The Walk to Jericho finishes it!
It's just insane. And did you see the double thumbs up and the geezer tapped? He done it. Oh, whoa.
I didn't see any of it, Chris. It froze.
Did you see it? No, that's
I
right.
did. That was very impressive. It's still going on if you look on YouTube.
That's quite a funny thing to say. I'll show you again, Packer, because that's not fair, and people in the chat might want to have another look. Here we go.
Yeah, Jess and John didn't see it either.
Right, here we go, people.
Just,
I'll run
just can't see. So,
a bit longer. Here we go.
John Palmer's a cunt, so
Happy
he
in
doesn't
that.
deserve to see it.
He really looks uncomfortable.
Oh, Boston Crab!
No!
Boston
Oh,
Crab!
Boston
Oh my
Crab!
God!
Oh, he's got it! This is it!
That's like schoolyard tactics, isn't it?
It's absurd. I mean, you know, think about if you're. I don't like that screen like that. Let's do
I know,
that.
he's bigger than me. It's not fair.
You know, that's his
Racist.
career. He wants to be a fighter. He puts in all the time in the gym and sacrifices his life, all that. And then at mid-fight, he thinks, I know, I'll do a Boston Crab. But imagine being the loser. Imagine getting back to your gym at the weekend and they all saw it on telly. So you lost that fight.
Yeah.
What, he knocked you out, did he? No, you bent me backwards like an old lady. Because not only is there the first bloke to ever win a fight by a Boston Crab, there's the first bloke to ever lose a fight by a Boston Crab. Have you ever eaten a Boston Crab, Packer?
No,
No.
not keen on crab. Don't like seafood particularly.
Does that count as meat? Would you be allowed? Are you allowed
It
to
would
eat?
do, yeah.
I know I say loud. I know you're allowed to eat whatever you want. Okay. I've got a new Substack going up, by the way, tonight, people. I've just got to finish a little bit off.
Excellent.
And, hello, Barkley. I'll put the link in the chat.
Oh,
See if
put Barkley on, young fella. Can I talk to Barkley?
Yeah, of course you can.
Young
There's
fella.
nothing like a drunk old man wanting to talk to a Barkley.
No, just, give him some words of wisdom.
He'll come on anyway. As soon as he saw coal in, he was like, oh, fucking hell. Got put some coal in the tank, got his old window stuff.
He's going to show off his shoes.
Barkley's shoes. He's got some lovely handmade red shoes, I'll tell you that. Good
How'd
Lord.
you get them, though?
They go with his glasses.
A very kind man donated them to him, along with about $5,000 full of suits. I can't believe this has happened, man. I absolutely can't believe it.
Hello.
Echo. How are you, Barks? Barks, you realise you're under your real name. Do you want to? Is that intentional?
Yeah, it's intentional.
Okay. Shall I tell everyone?
I think everyone knows my real name. I use it publicly on Telegram and use it.
Yeah, but no one
publicly
watches you. No one goes to your Telegram.
Well, there's not a Telegram to go to because I deleted it because the
he's always got one there. He's always got one. He's a rolling touche machine. How are you, Kai?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. Let me sort of just
coat on indoors.
It's cold and I've had my door open, so
you know what?
Literally,
I was talking to this bird last night. She might be watching this because I think she's got a soft spot for me. Hello, love.
No, and, top spot for Barkley.
She. This was like a professional platform, like a marketing platform, right? So we do a Zoom call. She's got her coat on and she's got like all the sort of collar up around her ears. I went, are you a bit cold? She said, the landlord said that you've got to have the doors and that open occasionally, otherwise it gets too damp inside. And I was thinking, yeah, but it's not very professional, is it? Do you know what I mean? But she's red hot though, so I just sit there. Yeah. Charm offensive, turned up to 11. Here we go.
Is it the one that I'm thinking of that you told me about before? Or is it another one?
They just come at me, Barkley. I'm like a bitch magnet.
Well, fair enough.
You seem to have gone back to your previous haircut. What's the story there?
Just washed it, just brushed it without thinking. That's how it's turned out. It's like every day I just get a new haircut.
Are you in a band, Barkley?
No, I should be though with all the equipment I've got.
You should be with all
the.
You got like Spandau Ballet hair.
Pat.
Have you heard of Spandau Ballet?
I was talking to young Barkley about his equipment.
There we go. Change the haircut now.
I feel a little bit awkward.
Oi, Barkley, it's going to be Barkley, mate. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Lart's become French yesterday. What do you make of that? He's no longer English.
No, I'm still both.
Are you? Have you got dual citizenship?
Like a Jew, yeah.
Oops. No, you're just saying that.
Say that.
People don't say you've left your homeland like they have a go at me.
No, you don't have to give up your British citizenship.
Have you got 2 passports?
I will have, yeah. My kids have.
hang on. Will you have 2 passports? Yes or no?
Yes.
Don't lie. You're drunk.
I will have 2 passports. I will become an international assassin.
I was about to
On the
say
basis
pretty
of
much that. Actual spy stuff. Barclay,
Yeah.
Is France an upgrade? Is France an upgrade to England, do you think?
I say it's these days equivalent.
Yeah, I was
Not
going to
upgrade,
say.
You know.
I can think of a lot of where I have like that subtle hierarchy of like what countries are worse. I think I'd put France a little bit below England.
I would too, I think.
Yeah.
But it might not be
you know.
where Latus lives. You know what I mean? You know, if,
Oh, it's lovely where I live.
there you go. You know, I think.
Do you want me to show me out? I'll show you outside.
Yeah, leave your phone in though.
No, I take the phone.
Oh, okay, yeah, do that. Jess absolutely nailed it with dual citizenship.
Oh, you can't see anything; it's too dark. But
I've
anyway,
seen
it's a
dual
nice,
citizen for ages now.
a nice duck pond.
I think you. Latus, are you happy there? Have you carved out a life that you enjoy? I mean, you write. You're doing well with your writing. You've got your family. Are you roughly?
Yeah, I mean,
You're doing
just
better than Chris with his writing.
no. Chris is doing fine. I've been better in his writing. Yeah, I mean, I've got 7 books out. He's close to his first. So we're looking
How
forward
many
to
have
that.
they sold between them?
Oh, about 11 million, I think. Or 11. I'm not sure.
Listen, Barclay, you can't get writers fighting each other because they both know how much of a hideous life it is. They actually tend to start supporting each other very quickly. Have you ever thought about writing anything, Packer?
No. Next question.
Have you read anything?
No, he did. He read all of something. He told us.
Oh yeah, he told us. Yeah.
What was
Terry
it?
Pratchett.
My part, Hitler, my part in his downfall. That was
That
quite
That
good.
was one. Yeah.
Thanks for
There's
sharing.
Rommel Gunner Who, Hitler, My Part in His Downfall, and what was the third one? I can't remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they were
So
good.
you read all of the series, have you, Packer?
Yeah, I didn't mean I read a whole book.
That's what I thought. Who's that in the background? Who's that? Is that the little one or the other half?
What? That's the missus.
She's still up at the school?
Yeah. She's
Give
done
her-
working long hours. This
Give
week.
her Mrs. a wave. I keep
They're
touching
waving
my
at you,
head.
darling.
It's awful.
You know what, Packer? It's like a dream of mine to one day put on like a school uniform. Well, it's steady. Don't no, hold tight. It's
Are
quiet.
you hearing this?
And to rock up at your Mrs. School and get like a school dinner and go, "Hello, Mrs. Packer," and I go, "You run along now, you little toe rag." You know, just to have like that sort of, I don't know what it is. Do you have that fantasy, Packer? Do you ever pretend
It's a
to be
very
one of your?
specific fantasy, that one.
Yeah.
Occasionally, she serves me my dinner, so it's not really a fantasy.
Yeah, but do you dress up as a schoolboy?
Always.
Oh, no.
Barclay,
Yeah.
do you see what happens to men when they get older? What's that? I mean, Damon
Yeah, we
Albarn,
get drunk. Yeah.
not the best writer, but what is it in that song? Your mind gets dirty as you get closer to 30. I mean, it was sulfate that ruined me. Well, one thing among many, but fucking hell, man. Once you've been down that sensual, chemically challenged road, it's very hard to come out of it.
Yeah, Jesus, he's not even half our age. Jesus.
Who's that?
That sulfate story you've told me, I've been probably about 12.5% of the way there in the story of mine, but that's not something that's ever been shared on the stream. We'll just leave it at that.
I don't do it, man. Don't do it.
No.
It's,
Just saying,
I'll say it was sulfate related either.
Lars, it's a weird one though, isn't it? I mean, for someone who's got children, like I'm thinking of having children. The girlfriend wants them. There's a few things we want to sort out first, like getting my sperm to work. They're all down there having a biff, so they got their feet up. But like my kids are going to get, if I have them, they're going to get to sort of 15, 16, you know, and at 15, 16, I was I was taking acid, and acid done me the world of good. I loved it. And so, what is that like, Lartus? You know, am I going to say to my children, don't do acid because it's not good for you?
Well, I never told them not to, but they never wanted to. And having done it myself and found it a positive experience, I would have been in a hell of a dilemma. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
You enjoyed it. You got something out of it, did you?
Oh yeah.
It is. I'm not like so YouTube and all viewers. This isn't. I'm not suggesting you do it, but for me, it was really quite something. It was really special, and not just the first one. I had a couple of years of just life changing, and not fucking unlocking the mysteries of the universe, but just learning to have that distance from familiarity. And
no, I unlocked the whole mysteries of the universe.
Okay.
Yeah. But unfortunately, when I wrote it down, it didn't make much sense.
Yeah. Yeah, those acid notes aren't too good, are they? Mine usually just turn into a draw. I decided to draw it instead.
I forgot to say, I used to live in Vicarage Grove as well.
Oh my God, I lived on the house on the end. If you go down that
15, so about halfway through.
Was it cockroach infested when you were there?
No, it was all right. It was
we bumped into some
sociological lecturer who owned the place.
When did you live on Vicarage Grove? You're talking about Camberwell, right?
Yeah. I saw you had some letters when you were spoofing people. And the address was Vicarage Grove, and I went, I used to live there.
When did I show those letters? That's amazing, yeah.
A telegram a few 6 months ago.
in Vicarage Grove, and you could, when you opened any door to any room, you would hear those scuttlers all just disappear to their little hiding places. We got them on ketamine, though. We managed to get the cockroaches on ketamine, and it affected them.
Evolving the cockroaches. Take over the world.
When I was at Leeds University, a PhD student introduced me to his remote control cockroach. Imagine that. He had his head with like an aerial, and it was very basic. It was like, look at how he's grown a massive.
All PhD students do that, you know. That's nothing special.
Barclay.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm feeling quite happy at the moment, in general, in life right now.
It's challenging, isn't it, being a young person?
Yeah, I think I've got a few extra challenges, which I'm trying to eliminate one by one, and I seem to be doing well enough. But
See, I know what Barclay's talking about, and he can't talk about it here. And I tell you what, I doubt I'd have got through that without. He's doing well with that, but I can't talk about that. Bird situation. So
make sure you're listening, ladies. There's none right now.
Beating them off with a stick.
Stay single. Look at Lartus and me saying it. Packer's only not saying it because he's done well. But I honestly don't think.
I'm starting to agree with you now, Chris. To be fair, I'm coming over on the being single. I'm thinking of all the stories you've said. I hear these sound clips. You said, "Oh, don't get fucking birded off. Don't get birded off." And I know the last day I went on was with a girl who works near me, and she's a model. She was a very pretty girl, but God, she just couldn't have a conversation. Like it was like she had some sort of disability. I couldn't talk to her because she would just sit there. And
whoa, what's the problem? I don't understand.
She just couldn't.
You got a model that couldn't talk. Sounds fucking perfect. Sorry, ladies. No, listen.
She was just too uninteresting. It was like, well, it's going to sound a bit cold, but it's like if I can't talk to you, there's no chemistry there, and I can't, at least give you the old in and out. There's not much point to us being, us seeing each other. Which isn't how I phrased it to her when I said I didn't want to see her again, but it's true. Just speaking from a pure selfish male point of view, I can't have a romantic or a sexual relationship.
When you get to about 40 and you meet a bird like that, you'll be thinking, thank fuck. I do think men should, when I look back over my life, I'd say about 70% of the best times, the things that meant something to me, were romantically associated, you know, to do with a woman. But I don't think men should get into long-term relationships until mid-30s, maybe even a bit later.
Yeah, I'll the Kai strategy plan, just very quickly, is just try to make as much money as you can, and when you've got like enough money where you can feasibly support having a stay-at-home wife, support having 6 children, and have them all raised on organic, healthy, real food and clean reverse osmosis water. Once I've achieved all of that, that's when I think it'd be the time to have kids.
No, you're taking the piss there. No,
I'm not.
Could be a minute or two.
I'm not taking the piss because I genuinely believe it can happen.
You believe reverse osmosis water and organ? No, you're going to meet a girl, you're going to fall in love, you're going to have kids, and you're going to sort it out. That's how it works.
I know. I have a very autistic strategy about how I want my kids to be raised. I'm already thinking it all out.
If you meet her, Bartley, all that will go out the window.
Yeah.
Don't plan. Don't plan.
Whoa, one at a time, people, or it's not.
Maybe not 6 kids, but I'll have at least 1 kid who's raised on like pure, like 0 seed oils ever touch his body until he's like old enough to buy them for himself. No, this will work.
No, you know, when you're at school, there's that one kid, and you go, "Hello, mate. What's your name?" He goes, "Gerald." You go, "What do you like doing?" "Like, play games." And he's like a right weirdo.
Yeah,
that's the kid who's brought up on those seed oils, and like
that's the opposite.
Father who built his whole world around having the purest child ever.
No, just helpful. I'm still, you know, might get cheeky.
But when you come back
dominant,
from a 16-hour shift and you're fucking knackered and you're like, "Oh, I've got to get the blender out. I've got to do all this. I've got to do all this." You'll go, "Dad, I ain't eating all day." And you'll go, "Your mum left 6 months ago. There's a tin of beans in the cupboard. Make me some while you're there." And you'll both be sitting there eating them out of the tin, sharing a spoon.
Dreaming of McDonald's.
It doesn't have to be too complicated, but it's not hard to give kids organic food. So, all right, what's for breakfast? Scrambled egg. All right, there you go. If that's sorted. What are you having for lunch? All right, you can have a sandwich made using sourdough. There's some place you can get sourdough. It's got nothing really impure in it. What's for dinner? Just put steak and eggs. Throw a bit of veg and throw some kale.
Yeah, bacon and eggs.
Yeah, bacon and eggs, fry up every morning for
breakfast.
Well,
it's feasible, but you don't want to plan your life that you can plan every meal for your future children like 19 years in advance. Just
of course, it's not
find a lovely girl, settle down, have kids. Boom.
The idea is get a good quality mother first, someone who's has the traits to raise children healthily. I don't want like some bipolar nut job who's gonna just fuck everything up. And would probably I would take the kids a walk out on him. I want someone who's at least secure mentally enough.
You never would. You never would. Don't put this as criteria. Go out and meet a nice girl, and that's all. But obviously, you're not going to hook up with the. Yeah,
Packer.
You know that.
Yes.
Hang on a minute, Lars. Just 1 second, Packer. What you said something then, but.
I was just saying, as he pointed out, it ain't complicated eating proper food. As he said, like scrambled egg, steak, egg and bacon. I only eat meat. It's very, very simple.
There you go. I think Lars does make a point as well, though. If you sort of, you've got this sort of ideal goal, the chances are you're not going to achieve it because you're going to miss out on life waiting for the perfect situation. And the thing about life is it's never perfect. Let me use the example of giving up smoking. When there's people who are trying to give up smoking, you say, look, to stop smoking. Hello, mate. You all right, son? You say you say, why don't you just stop? Just stop. That's how you stop smoking. And they say, nah, it's not a good time at the moment. I've got shit going on at work and all that. And then you go, all right, but when the shit isn't going on at work, your car's going to be fucked. And when that's not going well, your missus is going to be having a mad one. There's never a time when life is stable. It's a continual struggle. It's continual problems. that is life. And so, you know, if you've got such a rigid structure, I understand, Barclay, that you've got a dream and an ideal, but certain things can prevent you from engaging in life. I think that's probably the point I'd make.
Well, the idea of it comes from because I've analysed all the aspects of my childhood essentially, and of all the aspects. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've learned a lot about food and nutrition. I've really realised that we aren't raised with near enough optimal food from a young age, which is something that I don't want for my kids. I don't want my kids to be raised on. I'm not going to say how bad holy water, which comes from a tap, is. So I was just to sort of mix up the YouTube sentences there. Yeah, I don't want my kids drinking birth control water from day one of life. You know, I do want them to be drinking high quality, at very least distilled water, reverse osmosis if it was perfect. And I want my kids to be raised doing sports. I want my kids to be raised outside naturally. I don't want my kids to be growing up in this shitty online world that I grew up in, because I've grown up in it and I've got the self-reflection to realize that it's completely inoptimal. It's not the right way children should be raised. But my kids are going to be raised with books, instruments, going outside, and if they're lucky, I might just let them play Minecraft one day. Maybe when I think they're ready.
Do you think kids
but they have to be born first.
No, but I can just remove their choice. Like if I decide not to have a phone, yeah, but not having a phone.
They have to be born. You know.
Oi! No, you come back, son of Packer. How's the go-karting going?
Oh, that is a cool hoodie. I would
That
have wanted
was
that hoodie if I was his age.
Hang on, go on.
We haven't been for a while.
What, your old man too lazy?
Ah, Packer.
Yes.
Loves it, man.
See, Barclay, there, you learn everything you need to know from that little engagement.
I didn't hear it because I was changing my seat. I didn't hear it. I actually didn't. What did he say?
So Packer forked out for his boys into go-karting. And so Packer actually bought him one, like a proper one, so he can, you know, get into it and do it properly. It's got scrubs, like sponsored, but with no money. And Lartus, we can't see you. You're just like a twinkling French dream in the distance, which is fine if that's how you want it. But
yeah, so we've spent best part of $2,000, I'd have thought, on the cart, the kit, and everything, and spare wheels and all that knobbing about. And then it's been raining for the last month, hasn't it?
Oh, it's a weather stop, rain stop
It was
play.
all flooded around here. We couldn't get to the go-kart to take it anywhere to go go-karting the other week.
Why did the boy choose to blame you instead of the weather?
Because he's my son, Chris.
Oh, that's what I'm asking.
He's a sarcastic little git. I don't know where he got it from.
Yeah, I can't wait to have kids.
Packer, have you had a go in the go-kart, or are you not allowed to because of weight?
I don't fit.
What is it? A little bucket seat, is it?
Yeah. I've been go-karting, obviously, and it's great fun. Yeah. But I ain't been in.
Okay.
I had a mate who did go-karting, and he beat Michael Coulthard for the Scottish Championship when he was about 15, 16, I think.
What was the competition? Most square head?
I've got a square head.
No, but Michael Coulthard. Thanks, Packer, for getting that.
Oh, no, it was driving fast around a circle.
Are you a driver, Lars? Do you drive a car?
No, not at all.
You've never driven a car? You haven't got a license or anything?
No, I got a license and stuff, but I came to France and I just thought, fuck it, no.
Yeah, I've never.
Not worth it.
I'm like the same as that. I've never needed one.
Did you not have to get a 2CV to pass your exam?
Not that you have to like reverse down a road the wrong way and then park on the bloody pavement, and it's just ridiculous. No.
You've got to go around the Arc de Triomphe the wrong way a few times.
And everyone tell me, oh, it's so much worse in Italy. I had a mate came from Milan. He said, no, this place is fucking mental. He couldn't cope with it. No.
Those Citroen 2CVs though, they made this car. It was part of some sort of NGO thing to drive across Africa. and they put Citroen 2CV suspension in it because apparently it's some of the best in the world. Not for comfort.
No,
but
it's mental.
Yeah, they were good. Huh?
They're good.
If anyone who goes to France, have a look at the cars in Paris, right? They're either less than a fortnight old or they've been pranked. All of them. They're all just full of dents. I think they just drive into each other.
Oh, Paris. Yeah. But you know, the Arc de Triomphe, there's no laws about driving. You can just go wherever you like and do whatever you like.
Really? Well, obviously not. You've got to go the wrong way, though, surely.
It's like Cambodia. No. You can go however you like.
Wow.
So that explains that.
It's nuts out here. I don't drive. I go to, as you know, I tend to do all my stuff on my bike like late at night.
Can't imagine being in a country full of Asian drivers.
Well, most of the problems are drunk Europeans, be honest with you. They think,
ruin my joke then. Ruin my joke then.
I didn't. What is there?
Drink driving is fine when Europeans do it. I've been in someone drunk driving, speeding in the woods while blasting Run from the Hills by Iron Maiden, and while I was shit scared, it was a really fun experience, and we didn't die.
Iron Maiden.
It's generally all right as long as you don't die.
Yeah.
I must admit,
he crashed his car like 2 months later, but it always died. But still, I don't think that was drink related.
I don't like to support drink driving because a lot of people have lost family members. It's all right if you want to put your life on the line, but a lot of the time it's the innocent people who get killed.
I wasn't supporting
thanks to the PSA, Chris, but that was a joke. I don't actually condone drunk driving, and I don't like the fact that people do it. But yeah, so
now, Barkley,
but I know
what's your favorite Iron Maiden song?
I didn't list that. Run for the Hills, I'd say. You just changed the meaning to be funny, and then
I actually know that one of all the metal songs you could have. Lara, sing a bit for us. You're a singer, aren't you? You got your band. Go on, you've had 9.
Take my life, but no, it's stupid. I can't.
So what, man?
It's all about killing the Indians.
Yes. Hold on.
Just a call.
It's so anti-white, but it's so good.
Mrs. is home.
Right, hang on. We got Lars has got to sing the song before the missus comes on. Go on, just the chorus.
Yeah.
Run to the hill. Yeah, go on. Run for your life. Hello, Mrs. Lars. Look at the
Run to the hill.
He loves
Run for your life. Soldier blue in the barren waste. Reaching and killing to shame. No. Chasing the Redskins back to their home. The only good Indians are tame.
Ooh,
selling them whiskey and taking their gold. Enslaving the young and destroying the old.
Boom, 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 boom. Run to the hills. Run for your lives. This is the second string in a row, Chris, but I've had a little karaoke night, isn't it?
Packer, what do you make of that little turnout there?
I'm unsure.
Yeah, I'm unsure. I'm on the fence with it.
But they're on tour next year, so you can go and see them.
Barkley, are you smoking a nicotine cigarette?
Yes.
In the house.
Awful.
I just got told
trust
off.
Me, I popped a chair and smoking in my bed. Look, I normally have my door open. Okay, it's well ventilated. I don't have any yellow stains, so I clearly haven't done it that bad. I don't think I have any yellow stains.
Smoke.
Yeah, exactly. It's my room.
Great.
All right, and I've figured out the way to completely reverse all the yellowing from smoking. You just swish coconut oil in your mouth for 5 minutes. My God, your teeth go like 3 shades whiter.
He's up on all this.
But your whole apartment is yellow.
I know, but no, I was about to say it's so yellow. You're making the rest of us look like we live in Blue Town.
It's all yellow.
It's just the colour of my lights.
Do you like a bit of Coldplay, Lars?
Not so much. I like what's that?
There we go. See, I've just reversed all the yellowing with magic right there.
You did actually.
Yellowed a bit dull.
It's not your room you want to worry about though. It's your lungs, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Admit, I know I'm on the vape. I don't have nicotine in it though, but I used to smoke and it's a grotty. So that puts the women off no end. except for Packer's missus, of course. I bet she don't like you smoking, though, does she, Packer?
Do you like me smoking? No.
There you go. I heard that.
Loves it.
Don't like it.
There's nothing
Hang
a
on,
woman
Lars
finds
has
sexier
turned
than
into
when
a
you,
dog. Look, he's got
break
his
out
dog
a
mask
Stella
on.
cigarillo.
Lars has turned into a dog.
Yeah,
You're your own assassin. You're the
That
man
doggy
from your
misses.
novel.
Whoa. Is that a cat? Is that British
Yeah.
short hair cat?
It's a dog.
It's a
shy dog. She's being
It's like a
shy.
Russian blue. Pay attention, Bear.
What? That is like the coolest
Yeah,
cat I've seen in my entire life.
I've got a white one as well.
Spitz.
He's deaf and autistic.
Which is awful.
Definitely
What's
autistic
funny,
cat, bloody hell.
when you first go out to Thailand, you see stray cats, but they're Siamese because Siam is what Thailand used to be called. So you see these cats that would cost you thousands of pounds just sort of like nuzzling through the rubbish. You're like, see if I can send it home.
Siamese cats are adorable. My friend of mine has one, and yeah, she is just awesome. Very like, grumpy cats, though.
Go and stop that somewhere else.
They also look a little. They look very oriental. You can see it in them. I think when the Russian blue cats almost got wiped out, I think they like sort of bred the remaining ones with Siamese to try and like realign the genetics to make them look like Russian blues again.
Oh, this is all above my head. I don't know what Russian, but what's that racket?
This
Hello,
one's a
Mr.
mongrel,
Carter.
Bobby.
Hang on, you're not. Is that your wife or your daughter?
That's my daughter.
I was about to say you're punching a bit there. You fucking hell! I just had a shock, and I thought,
Yeah,
no, not a
Imagine how
chance.
beautiful his wife must be, Chris, for his daughter to
Well
look like
done,
that.
well done. Well done.
Is she my age?
20.
I'm 19.
What does her real
too
is that her
young.
real dad's genes?
All of a sudden, I'm not looking for a Bert Barclays. Here's perk up. Look.
He didn't even ask her about organic plants, did he?
No.
She could have been eating a kebab and he'd have said, "You got a phone number?"
So we've got the organic plants here.
I
I think
beautiful offspring. Good gosh.
Yeah.
You know what, Lars? Let me tell you something, and this is your birthday present from me. I take the piss out of you all the time because I know you can handle it. But I'm impressed by you, and I've said this to Packer before. But I'm impressed by you. You seem to have sorted your life out. Obviously, it's not perfect because that can't happen. But you've raised kids. You live where you want. You seem to have quite a pleasant life. And congratulations. It's not easy to achieve. I'm not idealising it, but well done, and I'm happy for you.
Thank you very much. But
No
it has to be your focus.
as long as I have happy kids, that's life
seriously,
complete for me.
This isn't a joke, Lars. Give some life advice for younger people. What what sorts of things are important?
You have to know what you want. You have to make sure that other people don't take over your life.
Excellent, interesting.
And then just do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Find people who you get on with, and don't put up with all the fucking bullshit. End of the day, you know what I mean? Like working, if you go and work somewhere, and it's just going to be awful. So I'm very lucky, very, very lucky that I don't have to work, I think, because I can't deal with people. But I know what I want, I know how to achieve it, and that's what I do.
Now,
so I don't. That's why I'm a bit disappointed with the Barclay saying about he's got all these criteria about it has to be this, has to be that, has to be everything else before you can do stuff. No, do the stuff you want to do. Find the woman, have the kids, this kind of stuff. And if they have to have organic bloody golden water, whatever, that comes afterwards. You know what I mean? If you put everything off until everything's perfect, then you'll never do anything.
Things have to be perfect, but I know what I want. I know how I want my kids to be raised. It's a very particular idea I have about it, and that's just non-negotiable for me. So
have the kids first and then do that.
What I want, and I know what I like. Getting better. What's the song, Barks?
Genesis.
I know what I like in your wardrobe.
Lars, got in quicker. Look at that.
Oh, well, I said the actual name of the song. I was drumming along to it earlier, so
I was going to say that.
it's fresh in the mind.
You've got a young, faster brain.
It's 1 o'clock and time for lunch. Dum-dee-dum-dee-dum-dum.
Isn't it interesting? And this isn't a judgment, Barclay. How old are you now?
19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
what's
it's
it? Who sung that?
Peter Gabriel.
He knows his Genesis.
Peter Gabriel, at the time, the band, that was the second album that Phil Collins was on. That was selling England by the pound 1973. Steve Hackett was also in the band at that point, as well as Tony Banks and Mike Rutherford. And they probably still had that pedo John King as their producer.
No,
So
it's talking about
wild guesses.
19. No, 19.
Paul Hardcastle.
Paul Hardcastle. Yeah. Oh, can we have a music quiz? Can we do some LSDJ?
We can't. We ain't. There's only 90 people. No, we got 100 people. Lovely. There are some super chats coming through. Not enough though. Can you give me some money, please, people? That would be nice.
I haven't got any.
No, that's all right. If people ain't got it, hang on. I'm getting private comments coming through now that are somewhat a little bit naughty. No, if you haven't got it, then obviously don't. But if you can afford to support me, do it. Now, we can have a music quiz, but not LSDJ. It doesn't go down well. I love it, obviously. But you can ask some music questions if you want. Or do you want me to ask the questions?
You ask the questions. And then we've got 3 generations. We've got Grandpa, Packer, me.
No, but this goes out to the glorious house as well.
Yeah, but my musical questions I could possibly give are all going to be from like the 70s. It's either going to be it will only consist of like I don't know, like 3 bands properly. But you know, maybe I could branch out. I know Madness, Genesis, and the Police. Those are all the bands that I've ever liked. Genesis is the best one. I was listening to some Marillion today. They proper did rip off Genesis, didn't they?
No.
Oh no,
Marillion was my band at school, 1984.
It's a cool band, but all right. So I'll assume you know Grendel. Is it Gendel?
Oh yeah, 30 minutes, 9 seconds long.
Can I just say though, Barclay, just remember that I don't really want my channel to become an argument about Genesis and
Marillion.
Marillion.
In Grendel.
This is a low.
I like Marillion. I've got a Marillion album. I found it in some of my dad's belongings. In Grendel, you got to admit that last section.
Right, that's got rid of it.
Oh, the doodly.
Now I've just got to do Lars. Right, I've managed to mute those 2, Packer. Jesus Christ, Marillion and Genesis.
Didn't particularly like either of them.
Nah, I don't want to talk about it. They've had their time out. They've learned their lesson. Let's bring them back in.
Sorry, Michael Pagan. Wait.
Where's Lars? I didn't even mute him. Are you back, Lars? He didn't even know he was gone. He was just singing Grendel. I tell you what, Barclay, you'll do well. Pags is a musical genius. He knows all of it. I hummed a tune and he told me what it was, and it's a very obscure tune. King Crimson. Do you like King Crimson, Lars?
I know them from afar, but I've never had any albums. No, yes.
I can't do all that frog shit.
Marillion was my thing. And I tell you what, I met Fish. You know the singer. We did not.
I'm just going to say this now. Don't say Marillion again. That's up there with Gusset. All right.
I met the Fish.
Yeah.
The lead singer of the group that was very similar to Genesis in the early 80s. And we just had a big argument because it was in France just after the Charlie Hebdo massacre, where they shot all the.
Heard of this? Yes.
They shot all the journalists because they'd done some cartoonists, and he was saying, "Oh, they shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have drawn them cartoons and blah blah blah."
Yeah,
it's like, no, fuck off. And he owes me a drink because I bought him a fucking drink and he never bought me one back. So. I've gone
Wow.
off fish since then.
Lars, can I ask you a question? If you could, you've had like 9 beers.
Yes.
Do you, when I take any kind of mind-altering substances, I can't stop until I'm like comatose. Are you not feeling like a come down now, or are you still drinking, or are you just all right? You've had enough, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of a break. I might have one more before I go to bed, but
Okay, it's interesting.
and I haven't just come home, so I'm like, oh, fuck. Oops. You know? I don't want to be in bed before they came back. But...
Henry says that Fish is an idiot. Oh, I've put the wrong one up. Fish is an idiot.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, I like to say, don't meet your heroes. That was a perfect example.
Do you like Sid Barrett, Lars?
This is all before my time. You know what I mean? Like when I got new Pink Floyd, it was all the Wall and.
Right, here we go.
Yeah,
I've got a
that kind of
music
stuff.
question. I've actually got a music question, and it shocked me. Please don't Google it. The chat will. So I'd like your opinion, because I was kind of shocked. So the 2 most expensive guitars sold at auction. If you'd have asked me what they were, I know what I'd have guessed. There was one that had the record for about 10 years, and then there was another one.
I had one just sold yesterday, wasn't it?
What was it?
That's just the wife. Yeah. Valerie?
For wildest I would take it, I
you
would say Prince's guitar or Mark Knopfler's.
I've just muted him talking to his missus. You'd say Prince, would you? That's an interesting call.
Yeah. I don't know Prince, but I was thinking like, all right, who's famous, who's died, whose stuff probably sell for a lot. I was thinking like maybe John Lennon's bar. Didn't Yoko Ono, didn't she like gatekeep the guitar inheritance or something like that? She still got it, I think.
She was a much unloved person.
Most expensive guitar. Eddie Van Halen?
I'll tell you, this is a weird one. The most expensive guitar sold at auction, and it was something like $3.5 million, was Dave Gilmour's Fender Strat, right? Now, at first, I was like, what? Dave Gilmour? I mean, I love Sid Barrett, but Floyd, I loved them when I was younger, but, fuck off. I'm out of that teenage angst phase now. But then, a few years ago, another one went up and sold for, I think, around $6 million. And Barkley, you nailed it, actually, when you said famous, guitarist, and dead. And it was one of Kurt Cobain's guitars. It was the one he used on Nirvana MTV Unplugged, which was the most successful MTV Unplugged ever. And I tell you what, I missed the whole Nirvana thing because, when you're at art school, you can't admit to liking Nirvana. But when I got into him a couple of years ago, I watched that MTV Unplugged thing, and it's fucking brilliant. It's a great set. At the top of their game, really cool. They end with a cover of Lead Belly's. They call it "Where Did You Sleep Last Night," but that ain't the name of the song, is it? My girl, my girl. Does anyone know it? Am I just talking to myself? Is anyone awake?
You're just talking to yourself.
Am I streaming? Imagine.
That version of Man Who Sold the World is my favourite.
No, Midge Irwin's better. Come on. Maybe the David Bowie one.
I saw a Pink Floyd tribute band last night. Good Lord. Jessica. Pag says Clapton Strat. Well, it was Gilmour's on the documentary I saw, but are you just saying that out of the blue? I don't know. Or were you guessing? Oi, Stephen, we showed your photos here the other day. Were you here? I don't think you were here, were you? Imagine he was, and I've forgotten. That'd be awful. Here's a musical instruments.
We should get them on.
Well, right, I'm going to dump you lot now and see if we can get some different people on.
I was just going to say, quick, you found Talking Heads, Chris.
I didn't say decent. I tell you what, I do like Talking Heads. I like him more than the band, to be honest with you. What's his name? Come on, Lars. What's the singer out of Talking Heads called? David Byrne.
David Byrne.
I really like him. That same, what is it? Same as it ever was is a tune.
Same as it ever
Same
was.
as ever was.
Look at my hand. What? But anyway, there's a film. So the 40-year anniversary of their concert film next year, and they're like they're doing a showing kind of near me, and I'm going to go see it. Apparently, it's very good. Apparently, it's like for a concert film. It's got loads of social commentary on autism or something like that, which makes sense considering the band. So, yeah.
True life, isn't it?
Yeah. Also, by the way, I've just drawn on my arm in red pen. Like I flashed my out for a second. It looks like I've been self-harming. That's pen. Don't worry.
Hang on. Sorry, Mark. That was a film they made, wasn't it? What did they? They made a film, Talking Heads, years ago. Stop Making Sense. That's right.
Yeah, they've done like all 4K remasters. It looks very good from what I've seen. Right.
Well, look, we're getting a little bit anorak now. People in the chat, can you give a one? Can you know? People in the chat, give a 3 for the 3 lovely guests. We've had a good chat with them. It's Lartis' birthday tomorrow. He's become French and English. Barclay, always a pleasure, and Packer, always a pleasure. So chuck a 3 in the chat or anything you want to say to them. And it's been lovely talking to you 3, but I think it's time to move on.
Happy birthday, Lumi.
Take care. Thank you very
much.
Congratulations on becoming French.
Happy hangover birthday, Lars. He's got drunks don't care, do they? They're just all
He just
about
ran
that.
off. Ooh.
Packer,
Trying to choose me
Barclay.
wearing nail varnish? No. Sorry. I had to get that one out of the way.
You're all right, mate. If you got anything, final words you want to say?
That'll be all.
Are you wearing eye makeup?
As always.
Packer.
You know it.
Go on,
Yeah, I've
gentlemen.
got the eyeliner.
No, you ain't. You've been chucked out. Hey, look, he's back. Go on, say it. Yeah, all right.
Palm scars, like a real.
All right. How many times? See you later, Barks. Look, he's doing that thing where he thinks about all the hideous things that happened in his life, so he doesn't laugh. But that's going to crack him. That's his last chance. Go on, get out of here. Kick him out. Oh, that's better, isn't it? Fucking hell. Where did those weirdos come from? There we were having a nice little chat. Am I going to chuck you out? Oh, no, you're right. No, some chat shows have like a sidekick, don't they?
Oh, brilliant. Can I go and sit with the band?
That sort of thing, yeah. No, but they do, didn't they? I'm trying to think. They used to, didn't they? You'd have a mate there. No, I like that. Right, we need some guests. We need some other guests. I've only got about half hour left in me because it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I will do the super chats, all 6 of them. Help us out, people. I've got no idea who this bloke is or woman. It could just be a troll. Zipper.
The last laugh is on me.
It meant so much to him, though, didn't it? That's what makes me want to cry. He's right, though. He done it, didn't he? He got me. Right. Zipper was amazing. Zipper, do you reckon he knocked that up there? No, he had it in stash ready. I can't believe 42 ain't coming. Jesus. That's
a ridiculous online name like Zipper.
That's it. That's the one. Is that the original? I knew. Hello, Mr. Bontoft. Yeah, it's a great song, isn't it? Where did you sleep? I can play that song if my guitar's in tune. You might want some guests, pretty rapido file. We can get away with that. My girl. No. What's the calls to where did you sleep last night? Packer, say something while I'm going to find these calls.
What would you like me to say? How long does it take to tune a guitar?
Yeah, we got someone else. It's probably going to be Barclay. There's a pattern forming here. It's Jessica.
Oh,
hello.
Hello, Jess.
Hi.
Now, so those photos looked absolutely lovely.
Oh, it was gorgeous. I loved it.
How long were you out there for?
It was a week, so yeah, 7 days.
Wow, what's the flight out to America?
Well, it obviously depends where. Sorry, bear with me. Just let me sit down.
Jeff, have you got a slightly tickly throat there, or are you on 20 packs of Rothmans a day?
I don't know. I think it's I haven't slept very well the past couple of weeks. I think it's that. I'm just gonna have some water in a minute.
It might just be me, actually. Maybe now, when you said that, it seemed to clear up.
Yeah, I know. I've had some water. Is it better?
There you go. It was your nodules, wasn't it?
It was the nodules. Yeah, it was.
What was the flight out there? How long?
So the one that I went on was 9 hours there and then 8 hours back direct.
So bad, is it? I mean, the long hauls I was used to was London, Heathrow to Thailand. That's with the getting from the house to the airport and the airport to Patong Beach. It worked out 16 hours.
Yeah, I went from Heathrow as well.
Yeah, you've got to, man. You fuck that Gatwick nonsense. You feel like you're going into the woods.
Oh, it is West London though, so I had to go from like East Anglia to West London, so it was a little bit more of a trek than like going from Stansted or something.
For me, it was fucking beautiful. Oh, excuse my language. Jess, I was about to say I'll start showing off when there's girls around, and then I thought, what? By swearing? What kind of level of showing off is that? No, it was lovely for me because I lived on Lexington Street, Soho. So I walked down my road, turned right. I was at Piccadilly, jumped on the tube all the way to Heathrow. So perfect. Yeah, nice. Absolutely lovely. But here's the weird thing. I can now get to Patong. We've got Vincent. Vincent's coming on. I don't think I've ever had Vinny on. Hello, Vincent.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Have you ever been on here before?
I came on for about 2 seconds and it wasn't working properly. And then I tried another again and it said the mic and the thing wasn't working. But anyway, nice. Mate, long time. I met you fucking about 3 times 35 years ago.
No, oh, what is this? The Leeds connection?
No, I met you twice. Once at a festival, once at Glastonbury, and then once I came to see you in your mate's house in Ashford or something. It was.
This is you sure it was me? How do you know?
Yeah, mate.
How do you know it's me? It's a weird question. I know.
I sent you a message. Didn't you not read it?
I did
a year ago.
I get a lot of messages, and I sort of.
It was.
Them. Yeah, I do remember.
It was a Leeds connection, yeah. But I wasn't up there. I was down here. You came down here and went back up there. I was your last customer.
Oh, I see.
Fucking, you can't remember. Yeah, the Northern Lights thing.
Oh yeah. I was growing them up in Leeds. Yeah.
But I met you in the back garden of your mate's house. I thought it was a squat, but it was actually his house. Some great big house on the Kent border.
No, I didn't live in a back garden, no. But that weren't there. Well, anyway, this is getting confusing. Well, lovely to have met you.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to you another time. Another time I met you at Glastonbury. And we were standing there watching.
We met before, and then you sort of gone, "Oh, hello, mate," and I've gone, "Oh, hello," like that one.
No. I met you.
One, yeah. No.
I met you at Glastonbury one time. We were watching Jason Pierce, and I slagged him off because his guitars was out of tune. I said, "That's fucking shit," and he heard it because it was only 20 foot away. He gave me a dirty, evil look. And I think he threw his guitar off the stage.
No, that's Jason Pierce is essentially spiritualized, so that wasn't a nice thing of Vincent to say. But,
yeah, but I didn't know who it was at the time.
Yeah, but if his guitar sounded like shit, it sounded like shit. Don't matter who he was.
Exactly. It was out of tune, and he shouted at me. He goes, "The fucking tune, the guitar's out of tune." And I think he threw it off the stage. He went off and had a hit, obviously.
He'd probably get about 20 quid for one of his at auction, so you know.
And I met you another time at a festival, or maybe Glastonbury the next year, and I sort of recognised you, and I just said, "Oh, nice dreads, mate." I was standing like a bit away from you, and you just went, "Thanks," and that was it.
The nice dreads compliment. No, that's nice of you to say.
Yeah, they were down to your fucking arse. Like, that was in them days, man. That was all reggae. Burning Spear, the bloody Notting Hill Carnivore. Sorry, I talk more than you, didn't I?
No, you're all right. You're doing fine. Did you go to Castle Morton?
Yes, mate.
Wow.
Yeah. They tied some cunts to the tree. Do you remember? I didn't go up there. They were pissing on him. Some robbers.
It was for people who don't know, Castle Morton was a very famous sort of New Age festival, but it was a fucking mess. It pissed it down. It was just chaos, carnage, I think you could say. And when you add like a load of liquid acid to that and a couple of bottles of vodka. So
that was,
Vincent, no,
sorry.
go on. No, you take it away.
I was going to say, yeah, that was about, was it 800,000 there or something? 600,000 or something stupid?
The more people
300,000
arrived, more word got out and more people came, and all the roads were blocked up. The old bill come along. I think it wasn't that part of the start of the end of like parties in fields. It was like, nah, you can't do this anymore. Or was it the end of it? I can't remember. It was one end of the.
What's Baz saying? Vinny is not active in the lifeboat. I think he's taking the mickey because I've been stuck in there for the last 2 years, like about 8-10 hours a day. It's a good fun though. I've laughed my head off in that Telegram thing, all the memes and shit. But it's got boring now. It's a serious business.
He's just slagged it right. It's got boring now. Hello, Miss Glass. How are you, my love? Hello,
all the memes. Salty crackers, a bit boring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've kind of turned off a lot of that. Hello, Ludwig, JP.
Yeah. Doesn't get you anywhere.
You know, Vincent, I'll tell you this, and Jess and Pack, chip in. I'd like to know what you think.
I hate the name Vincent, but you can call me it. Only my mum calls me it an official. Yeah, no, if you like it, that's fine, man. I don't.
It's what if you don't like it, I'll go with what you want.
Nah, it's the way that people say it. It's normally like Vincent, you know. That's why I don't like it.
That's your mother. That's the
mother. Exactly.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna slag her off.
I'll give you that.
Oh yeah. God bless, rest her soul, your old lady and that, and your old man, and yeah, I'll say no more.
I feel a bit for me, old man. Actually.
You ain't on your own, mate. You're never on. My old man died when I was 30, and that cut me up. I didn't ask him any questions about his history. He was from Dublin. He was in an orphanage, all sorts of shit. I only know I know nothing of what his life was. But he left Ireland to come to England because he hated it there. So
what was that? Was that Ear or Northern Ireland?
No, Dublin.
Ear. Okay.
That's near where Conor McGregor comes from, funny enough, that same area, that part of Dublin.
Hang on a minute, Vinny. I just want to pedal back a bit. You said something, and I was going to ask you a question about it. And what was we talking
about?
Do you remember? You mentioned the lifeboat. Oh, yeah. There you go. I think the likes of us lot can pat ourselves on the back because 5 years ago, when we were talking about all the stuff that we know what we talked about 5 years ago, you know, around the time of Brexit and Trump and, you know, it was us lot, not just us lot, obviously, but thousands of channels of this size and bigger and smaller, you know, putting their necks on the line. We all lost a load of friends. I lost friends who I've got back with, but it'll never be the same because there's always that bit where I remember when they told me I was racist, you know.
I never had any friends.
You covered your tracks beforehand. But now that stuff that we were talking about then, people losing channels, losing bank accounts, losing family members, that's mainstream now. That is the mainstream conversation. I see Douglas Murray was on Trigonometry talking about reparations and telling people to go home, saying, you know, they don't. Yeah. He said, I don't want them in my country. And I'll tell you what was funny. Those two window vistas, that prick Kitten and his poodle, they were like weirdly silent. You know, they want Douglas Murray for the numbers, but they can't dare say, yeah, that all sounds good, because they know that it weren't long ago they called me a Nazi and a racist, and the iconoclast got all that mouthful for saying much the same things as Douglas Murray's saying now. You know, they just follow the money. And I was thinking, this is so weird.
He can say it because he's homosexual or gay, whatever they want to be called. He'll be fine with a gay man, I'm sure. He's a real man. It doesn't matter if he's gay or not. He's still a man.
He's
not
weird
woked up.
Douglas Murray.
He's fake anyway. But he can say it because the Muslims hate the gays, don't they? So he can say, I don't want them here because they want to kill me because I'm gay. We can't say it because we're not gay. It just makes you Islamophobic.
He has seemed to
That's fucking mental. Anyway.
What are you, Vincent? What are you doing?
Sorry, I was talking about the headphones. Might be wobbling. Stand still. Oh, it's
a bit clunky.
The mic.
Are you drinking?
The mic's banging. No, the mic's banging on my hoodie top, probably.
What are you doing?
Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about something, but I can't remember what it was.
Vincent, are you drunk?
No, not at all. I just had a hectic day. I've had electrical. Yeah, I don't drink, mate. Only very rarely.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not teetotal, man. I hate that shit. I've got a bottle of Bacardi under here, raspberry one. I've got another,
and he's calling Douglas Murray gay.
That's fucking they don't drink rum.
Got some peach schnapps under my pillow. Go on, sorry, Vinny, you had a question for me.
I can't remember. I was going to come on and talk about something. It was when I come in this Scrubs thing, I thought it was leading somewhere, not directly to Mark's thing or anything actually political, but I thought it was about like creating a community like PA, but not in that angle to take these idiots on in the meme way, or 42's doing it, but like I say, they're not like the Iconoclast. They're not exactly. You've got to be really clever to take these idiots on, man. The only way to do it, I believe, is by saying you're a Christian. You know what I mean? So I can't follow the Judea way. I can't follow Islamic. I can't follow no LGBTQ because I'm a disciple, not a disciple. I don't even a follower. Just a believer in Jesus's way. He wasn't a warlord. He wasn't homosexual. He wasn't. They're trying to say that Jesus was gay now. And he was LG, or he was a trans. It's nonsense. The whole thing is nonsense. Mate, I'm breaking them down one way just by the shit I put on. I know I'm being watched by the GCHQ. They're a bunch of fucking pedos. Mate, I don't give a fuck. My dad was from Dublin. I say what I like. I'm not actually English. I'm not British. I'm no one, mate. You know, what's that thing? That Nobody's a good film. Fucking, that's brilliant. I only saw that.
I enjoyed that with, what's it? Never Call Saul or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Don't Call Saul.
I enjoyed it. I sort of enjoyed it.
Do you reckon the people are just listening to us thinking, look at these two Cockney chavs fucking chatting away in London? Like you know exactly what I'm saying. Every word I can speak double fast. You hear it. Other people are thinking, what the fuck did he say? It's a South London thing. I'm on the other side of London. Mate, I think we're like sort of two peas in the pod, but you took a different angle and I took a different angle. We're both as naughty as each other in a way, I reckon. Definitely. That's why we met before in the festivals, isn't it? Glastonbury was an anti-establishment thing. Mate, I was there. Fucking hell. I've got so many stories about...
My best
I stood with people... The old bill, they were scared of us, mate. One of the last Glastonburys where the travellers were allowed, the old bill came, there was about 400 or 500 of them, all with right shields, the fucking lot. And they stood there like a Roman battalion. And there was all the fucking traveller lot, the hippies, basically, you'd call them, I suppose, with axes, hammers, chainsaws, big fucking motorbike chains. The old bill didn't bother.
Vinny, weren't they crusties? Crusties, I think we call them these days.
Nah, we were New Age.
A lot of people
New Age travellers.
A lot of people don't know that the New Age travellers set up Glastonbury. When he saw that there was a few quid in it, he said, "Thanks for setting up the festival." He fucked them all off to another field. He said, "You can all go up there, and I'm going to have one here where people can bring their kids." That's essentially the story. I mean, I went about 16 times, never paid though.
Start charging money.
Well, the first time my best story is I spent about 5 hours bunking in, climbing over those two.
Campbell.
You don't listen. Yeah. You don't leave it.
I'm listening. I'm just watching your chat. Stephen Campbell's coming.
You know, don't worry about it. I'll tell you another time.
I'm listening.
No,
just fucking hyperactive, mate.
there is an element of that. All right.
18 times you got in, jumped over the fence at Glastonbury. I remember it. They used to have a Land Rover travelling in between the two fences.
But point is, it took us about
They were
5 hours
cunts as well.
to get over both fences, but we actually bunked out. We were already in there. We were tripping hard.
No.
Stephen Campbell,
That's
Campbellina.
funny.
Hello.
So you had the pleasure of a visit from the lovely Jessica.
I'll go on mute for a minute.
I did.
Was there sexual tension?
Oh, shut
It fucking is now.
Self-righteous.
Is it hot in here?
100% they had sex. Come on. Right, that's just got that out of the way. Looks lovely up your manor, though, Stephen. Looks weird. That's all your area, those photos, I take it.
Yeah, it's pretty country out here. The land, we don't have castles and shit like that. But the forests and the hills and the terrain, the topography is like beautiful.
No, they really did look lovely. Was it nice to see Jess for a week? Was it nice to?
Yeah, I had never met any of my racist interwebs friends in real life before, so that was an interesting experience. You know, it's like, you people do exist, you know, in the flesh.
Is this the first time that you've been on here not in your car? Is he frozen or is he thinking?
He's thinking long and hard about that.
He's going to have a look at his car, try and see if it jogs his memory.
I went in the car. I was in the actual Campbell car.
Oh, you've actually been in the Campbell mobile.
Yeah.
I'm going to kick you out, Stephen, but just so that you can come back in. He took you driving, did he?
Well, we had to. You have to drive to get anywhere over there.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go
So
on.
we drove for like at least an hour every day to get to places. Yeah. At least that. I mean, probably at least 2 hours each day.
Henry says America's about 70 years old. You know what? Someone told me that when I was at art school years ago, and it was about castles as well. He said, "You got to remember," he said, "America's a couple of 100 years old," and I was like, "Yeah, I suppose it is, isn't it?" You know, when back in the days when I didn't know anything. It's a Duck says, alopecia, beautiful place, as seen on Yiz's vids. It's like a tongue twister. Nice one, It's a Duck. Hello, Wolfie. Hello, Crow. Hello, Rags. Did I say hello to you, Emma? I know I already said hello. I just wanted to say hello again. Emma says that, she's talking to Ludwig. Right. So you had a lovely time. And what was that food you were eating? Was that grits?
Yeah, I think, no, hash browns. It would have been hash browns.
I was always told that when you eat in American restaurants, it's massive portions, but they didn't look too big. And you're a whisper of a man, Campbell.
When we went to Denny's, it was too big, and Stephen had to help me finish eating my pancakes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? Campbell went, yeah.
Well, the pancake that she got was it's much too big for her. I wasn't expecting it to be that big, but yeah.
Stop saying, please don't feed me these lines. It's ridiculous. No, Jess. It sounds, Jess, what was the best? What surprised you most about first time in America? Yeah.
Yeah, my first time. Yeah.
What was most surprising about America?
What I think an overall aspect was that I expected everything to kind of not be as it was like in the movies, but it was. Everything was as it looks in the movies.
Oh, wow.
And I also just was a bit amazed by the vast space between everything.
The bloke that said to me that America's only a couple of 100 years old, I know, I know it's an exaggeration, but he also said to me, when I was at college, I still talk to this bloke. I spoke to him the other day, but he was 30 when I was 18. So, I hadn't done anything really when I was 18, and he travelled the world. We lived in the same house, and he used to tell me all these stories, and he taught me loads of stuff, actually. And he said to me, and it's always stuck in my head as like a marker for what you've just said. He said in America, they'll drive 3 hours to buy a new lawnmower. Whereas if you drive 3 hours in England, you're going from one beach to another. It's like, that's the edges of the earth. So that now explains why Campbell's always in his car. If he's going to the corner shop, it's 3 hours, 2 litres of petrol. Sorry, Jess.
We couldn't walk to any of the Walmarts or anything. It was a car trip to go into.
What's Walmart like, Jess? What's it like going into one of those places?
I mean, it is just a shop. It's nothing too special, but it's just obviously filled with American things.
But can't you sort of get anything you want there?
No, not.
I thought that they sold everything. Is that not the case?
Well, it's kind of like it's owned by Asda, isn't it? Or it owns Asda, so it's like going into a big Asda.
That's an absolute let. That is.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was, it's just a shop, but it's still interesting going into a shop in, somewhere foreign, with different products and stuff.
Okay. Well, Stephen, sorry, Jess, that didn't sound like a very inspired reply when I said okay. But I'm getting a thing coming up, and it says your guest, Stephen Campbell, is on Android/Chrome, which has a bug that causes problems. Google is working to fix it. For now, ask your guest to wear headphones.
I am.
Stephen's causing problems, isn't he?
That's weird. How do they know that?
What I thought was interesting is when we would order something, right? I would be like, "Oh, thank you" to the waitress, and Jess would invariably go, "Oh, cheers, mate." and the waitress would nod when I said thank you, and nod when Jess said cheers, mate. And then as she was walking away, each of them would do like a double take, like, what the fuck?
Wow.
They would all be like, where are you from? And I would say, I'm from Kentucky, and then Jess would stay silent until I would look over at her and be like, no, where are you from?
Jess, did you get? Did the Americans like your accent?
Yeah, when we went to the liquor store, didn't we?
Liquor store.
And,
you've turned into one.
The woman went to me, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I'm from England." And she goes, "I could listen to you for days." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you."
Sensual.
No, it was a bit sensual.
They treated her like a minor celebrity, like, oh, England, oh, that's so interesting.
Gotta get out to America and lap some of that up, man. Jesus.
They like it in the South, especially in Kentucky. They like the English.
I've never heard it called that before. Go on, Patty, you got that. Vincent got that. They like it in the South.
I'll tell you what, Chris. I'll tell you what they don't do over there. That we found this quite interesting, didn't we, Stephen? Is
the silverware?
Yeah, when we're finished
the naughty
eating,
North and the dirty South.
There you go.
Some shitty song.
When you finish,
sorry, Jess.
That's all right. When you're finished eating, what do you do with your knife and fork on the plate?
Yeah, in the middle of the plate, put together.
Yeah, no, they don't do that. And Stephen was like, "What?
What do they do?
What do they do?
Nothing. They just leave them wherever they fancy."
Yeah,
can't be. That's just bad manners.
Barbarians, aren't they?
There you go. Barbarians.
Jess was nagging me. She was like, "Are you finished? Are you going to put your knife and fork?" Like, no, I left it on the plate. What are you talking about? I moved her so that it was at like a 45-degree angle, and she's like, "Oh, bloody hell! Oh god!"
That's exactly what my mum would have said. "Oh, you finished?"
Yeah, how are the staff going to know that you want the dessert menu unless you give them the universal context? Pat, have you got any questions for Vincent, Campbell, or Jess?
No.
No, we'll make some up, will you?
Of course not. What's your favourite colour? What's your favourite album?
Cyan.
Cyan.
That's right. It's a nice color.
I love that colour as well. Teal blue in it as well. It's called sort of.
Yeah.
Teal blue.
Lovely color.
Yeah.
Ever heard of cyan or teal, Becca?
What?
Ever heard of cyan or teal?
No, I was just about to say, I'm a bloke. There are 16 colours. That's it. And cyan ain't one of them.
Primary, secondary,
CYAN.
Yeah.
Vincent, I know that from my ZX Spectrum.
I've got an art O level, so you must know, Chris. The colours are just
I know cyan from the ZX Spectrum. Yeah, I do know the colours of the rainbow. It's infrared, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, ultraviolet. Lovely, nailed it in order.
Yeah, but the artist one, you've got burnt umber and all them different shades of green. It's all just greens, isn't it? Colour shades, I mean.
I'd prefer it if it was all just greens. Imagine the history
really
of art would be radically different. I'm just looking for a little meme.
Greenies.
When did you knock all that festival lark on the head, Vincent?
God, a long time.
Well, maybe the more interesting question is why did you? Because I thought that would be my life. A lot of my mates.
You have to pay to get in. I met Michael Eavis once. We used to get in for free every time, but we used to drive through the main gate. He used to let us in because my mates all had 4x4s, and we used to lie. One time, my mate, we said we were from the Magic Circus. He didn't believe us, but because we was in a Cherokee Chief, the V8, massive big Jeep. Yeah. They wanted us there to pull the lorries out to get them off the land at the end. So when all the hippies were picking up the litter and all that, and the fag butts, so the cows don't eat them, me and my mates were pulling the fuckers out. We were getting paid to pull them out of the mud. It was good fun, man. We had a good time. I only went about 6 times. Not like you. I didn't have long dreads or nothing. I did have long hair, but then I'm a casual, innit? A Chelsea casual, so I don't know.
Were you all up in the old stolen Liverpool European football garb, were you? Like your Elise and your Lewis chords.
I live in Kingston. I can get on the bus to King's Road. Fulham, it's just up the road. It's like 3 bridges along. Kingston Bridge, Richmond Bridge, and then Twickenham Bridge, and then Putney Bridge, and then Fulham Bridge.
Fucking hell. That casuals look, that came from Liverpool playing in European football. It did. They nicked
that
it.
Was that chap. That was them scally shit. I'm from London. I'm not a scally. Fucking hell.
What would the clothes you were wearing be? What are you talking about? What
King's Road, the heart of the fashion in the whole world is the King's Road, Chelsea. Fucking hell. You're on the wrong side, mate. It's a shame. I wish you was born on this side of London. Fucking hell. I was over there the other day. Oh my God, it's so hilly. I was in Penge, Selhurst, right on the border. I ended up in Bromley. On the way back, I ended up in Kent. I was like, what am I doing in fucking Bromley?
That was a day out for me as a kid. My mum would go, "Come on, we're going to Bromley." Oh fuck, man. Thanks.
Oh, Croydon, fucking Croydon is huge.
Yeah,
the size of Croydon now. It's like bigger than New York, almost.
Awful place.
Fucking mental.
Did you get down as far as Woolwich?
No, I didn't go through that way.
Somalia. Have a look at this meme, people. It made me laugh. Even the grammar mistake makes it better. Hang on, it should come up on the screen about now.
It's Nyan Cat.
That's good.
It's what?
It's
Nyan Cat.
Nyan Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Stephen know what we're talking about.
Hang on, have I missed something about that meme? Have I?
Yeah.
Is there something I don't know?
It's like it's
from like 2005.
Yeah, it's like a video.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Does the meme survive without knowing that?
Yeah.
Got a £5 donation.
Yes.
King Athelstan donated a £5. You're not shouting out your super chats, no?
I am going to do. I'm going to do them all at once.
At the end. Okay.
Yeah. Well, not. We're nearly coming to the end because it's after in the morning. I've got to get on my manuscript.
All right.
I got told off for calling it my novel.
What is that? Another name for your girlfriend?
I'll tell you what.
I've got to get on the manuscript.
Listen to this. The other night, she came round here. She put her arms around me. It was all so loving, and she went, "I want to stay with you forever."
Oh.
I nearly shed a tear, and she said, "Do you want to stay with me forever?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I do." Then she said, "Come and lay down in the bedroom. I've had the aircon on." So she usually, when she comes round here, she puts the aircon on and then cools the room down a bit. And I've gone in there. So 5 minutes after she said, "Do you want to stay here forever?"
That's nookie time.
She forced herself on me. Got what she wanted out of it, if you know what I mean. Then went to bed, and then woke up and fucked off before I was awake. I thought, well, you can stay with me as long as you want, but
that's all right.
That's for me.
That forever lasted well, then, did it?
That's the sort of girlfriend I need. at the moment.
What's
Just
your,
one.
what's your situation with the birds, Vincent? Are you birded off?
Nah, I mean, you can't get a girlfriend anymore in this country. Get on and get the fuck out. I'm 57 soon, so a bit past it.
You know what? I've got mates, and they have said that. They said you just can't talk to them. They won't let you. You're not allowed.
That's English bird. You get a foreign bird more likely, mixed race or something, more like. I ain't got any money to. They want everything, don't they? You've got to have £1,000 a week just to spend on your girlfriend now.
Try the countryside, Vinny. Try go to some small towns and whatnot. Try the local boozers there. And
well, that cost me £100 in petrol.
Where normal people live.
Fucking hell. But we did all that when I was young. I'm old. I don't give a fuck, man.
Are you not? Are you not interested in a lady, Vincent, these days?
It's a bit past. I'm a bit too old for fucking. I'd probably be. I want money so I can go shagging them like Andrew Tate and like you did when you were young. I didn't do that then, but I want to do it now. I haven't got the money.
When you were young, I'm fucking.
When you were young, you was doing all the prostitutes and shit and just shagging away.
I was about to say that to you. What about pay to play?
Huh?
I was going to suggest that.
Yeah, there's all Koreans around here. If I wanted to, there's massage parlours all over the shop. There was a girl across the road, but fucking what, mate? I'm looking to become a local. Sorry, I'm moving her out again. I'm looking to become a local councillor and get involved in government properly. I'm not messing about.
No, that's a fair. Yeah, probably don't go down.
I met Stephen Hammond the other week. He was the MP for Wimbledon for 18 years until the Lib Dems got in. Lib Dums, I call them. I met Sir Edward Davey. He can't say that a woman doesn't have a cock. That disgusts me. He's a prick. He's a nice fella, but he's scared to say the truth. He's not telling the truth. He's dishonest. I don't like him anymore. He's the leader of the fucking Lib Dums. Mate, I ain't scared of these people, mate. I know who they are. I've been studying it for the last 25. It's ruined my life.
Oh, look, that weren't me. My hands are here. That's was
them. See, they're watching. They're cutting off you and Packer, not me. That's weird. I don't know, mate. I'm trying to learn. You know, remember Semiagog? You had Semiagog on your show, mate. I'm in that range. I'm trying to get into what he's involved in. If you know what I mean. Kind of, what's it? Metaphysics and controlling things beyond, like the what is it? Enochian vision magic. I'll just say it. It's not black magic. Dr. John Dee and what's his name? Fucking Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
I like both of them people. I don't believe Aleister Crowley was a Satanist or nothing. He was like, it's not. He was like a 007 guy, wasn't he? John Dee.
He was an opium dealer, wasn't he? Essentially.
No, well, yeah. He brought fireworks. He was friends with Jack Parsons from the JPL. They created the rock. They became NASA, didn't they? NASA came out of Aleister Crowley.
I don't know. I mean, I've done a bit
of Aleister
Crowley in my teenage years, but it's. I mean, me and Semiagog, we're friends, but we stand on very different sides of the metaphysical question, and that's why it's a laugh getting him on. I might get him on soon, actually.
Yeah, get him back on, man. I like him. What was I going to say? Yeah, the Buddhism is similar. The metaphysical, like the laws of attraction and manifestation. You were talking about it the other week. Like, to change your life, you have to think it. You can't constantly be in a depressive state or a panic, which is what they want us in. The fear, what's it called? Fuck knows. Problem, solution, reaction. Mate, basically, 50% of everything Alex Jones says and David Icke says is the goddamn truth. Sometimes they mix in.
No, man, he's off his head. He is off his head. I think he gives dissidents a bit of a bad name because people, they put him up front and centre, and everyone goes, he's always pissed, and he's like, oh, come on. When he can't remember what he started talking about by the time he gets to the end of the sentence, and it's like. I'm not. He certainly has said some things that have come to pass, and I won't take that away from him. But
I didn't take the jab thing because of him. If I would have taken, I was thinking, how can I afford this? It's going to be £300. As soon as they said it's free, anyone can get it. It's like, okay, that's it. David Icke was right. I'm not having it.
Yeah. That's
next thing. He's banned. Yeah. Anyway, Tommy Robertson's back on X.
He is.
It's good for him. I don't know. I don't watch him, but I could watch him again. I want to get on X. If I get on X, the world's fucked, man. I'll sort it all out, but either that or I'll get shot. Like these people, I was pro the Putin. I was on Putin's side, putting Zs and Russian flags.
Vincent, a minute ago you said it's fucked your life up.
Yeah, the New World Order shit and their plan, the Clergy plan, all this crap, sort of turning the UN Agenda 2020 and 2030. My mate told me years ago they want to turn Europe. They want everyone to be a big brown blob, so they're easy to control. Basically, wage slaves.
Who is they? I mean, I don't
the
really
elite.
go to the Kalergi thing. I do know about Kalergi, but I think it's
That's what's happening now.
It's a bit simpler, though, isn't it? It's just globalism, that the corporations benefit from a global market. I don't know if you need all that. This bloke 200 years ago said this, and it just happens to match up with what's going on. You could probably do that with a lot of things, but it makes market sense to have a global economy. That's why the corporations support all the woke stuff, because it helps them. There's this illusion of progress. A mate of mine gave me a great example the other day. It's like VAR in football. If anyone knows,
replacement though, isn't it?
VAR has ruined Premier League football, right? You can't celebrate a goal now because every time there's a goal, there's a VAR check, and it's because there's this idea of progress, and it's a myth. Things don't work like that in a linear line and get better. It's never happened like that. And I think I've gone off on a bit of a one there, but I don't know if we need, when you start talking Kalergi, it puts you in a certain kind of internet group.
But no, he wrote a book though. The book's out there. You can read it. The plan is there in plain English.
You honestly believe that governments and corporations are sort of working from that text?
Yeah, it's called the rotating door, or they're all in the same Masonic club. It's basically worldwide. I'm not going to say Jewry, but it's worldwide Masonry. They're all in various lodges. They all got their own agendas.
But isn't that doesn't everyone do that? We've got a group here that we get together and we try and make things good for each other. And if we all
I do, you do, but a lot of people out there are trying to trolling and making people unhappy. And even Billy Blogs was a terrible troll, but he's calmed right down. Yeah. I think we've helped him. He's had his own problems. He's a hyperactive more than me. Mate, I've taken some abuse in that Telegram shit, but I just like water off a duck's back, man.
You're all right, Vincent. Right, listen,
I've got big ears.
I'm going to have to wrap this up. It's 2:45 in the morning. You're all right, mate. It's 2:45. I've got to get some writing done, so I've got to have to drop this out. Vincent, amazing that we met in the past. That's made me smile, actually. And thanks for the things you sent me. I don't always answer, but because there's a lot of them.
It's all right, mate.
If you send me a meme, I don't really need to answer it. What I would say, if you send me a picture...
I don't send you that many anymore.
No. But send a JPEG or a PNG. I don't like downloading things because I've had my computers destroyed like that. People pretend to be scrubs, come through, and I think, oh, look, there's Packer or there's so-and-so. And it's not. It's someone.
Mate, no one will pretend to be me. I'm too mental. No, there's no one wants to be me. No, I don't even want to be me. Fuck's sake.
Right. Vincent, take care.
Nice one, Chris.
God bless, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Namaste. Thanks for letting me on.
Namaste to you. Pleasure. Vincent, Jessica, thank you for coming on. It was lovely. It was lovely.
Come on again sometime.
I will do more call-ins, I think, because it's a lot. I'm so tired at the moment. It's nicer if there's, I haven't talking for 2 hours, improvised, just coming up with stuff is quite demanding on me, especially now I've got to write. But it's been a pleasure tonight because there's been other people helping out. Thanks for coming on. I'm glad you enjoyed America.
Yes, thank you. All right, have a nice night.
Well done for doing things. I mean that though. You'll be surprised how many people don't do anything.
Yeah, true.
All right, Jess, take care, darling.
Okay, see ya. Bye.
Bye. Well, there you go, Packer. We got there in the end.
That was nice.
Tonight's show.
That was really nice. I didn't expect you to just have a load of people on at once.
Me neither. I never do it before.
All against that.
Yeah. Thanks for helping us out. I think we'll do it again if you're up for it.
I don't care.
Not now.
I'm quite happy to sit and say nothing unless I've got something to say, which ain't.
No, you've done all right. You allowed me to bounce things off you. I just felt, I could see you give me the occasional grin. I thought, yeah. Look after yourself, look after your family, mate, and I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, lovely to see you. Lovely to see all the scrubs.
Yeah, lovely. Take care, mate. Ta-da. Well, there you go, people. You know what? I'm going to put a bit of music on. I'm going to put one on that I know everyone likes. You have still got time to feed me weird things. For people who weren't here earlier, I've got another YouTube channel. It's called Lockpicking Legend. Right? I'm going to put the link of that channel, and here's why. If I click that link, I'm going to put the link in the chat. For $2.99, you can join. If you want to do me a little favor, join, because I've got to do a live stream. It's the first one, but there's only a few people have signed up. If a few scrubs are over there, it will be much like this, but there'll be some lockpicking. But you will get to laugh at me because I'll be in a different guise, and you'll see me talking about. It won't be 2 hours of lockpicking though. I'll be putting funny clips on because I'm not going to show myself. But once I've done one, you've only got to sign up for a month. Once I've done one, then I've got one that I can show to all the other. I've got the channel's got 14,000 subscribers, but then people will see it and go, "Oh, that is a laugh, actually," and then they will subscribe. So that's something you could do. I'll put the link for the joining in the chat. Obviously, if you don't want to or can't, don't, because that would be ridiculous. But it really would help me. It helped me out of a difficult situation. Let's have a look at the super chats, and then I'll play a bit of music. So the truth will set you free has been on firm for 33 months. He's actually been here longer than that. Octopus, the boy, put it on. He said, "I'm fairly new, but from the Crack Diaries and related. Do I do podcasts?" He wants me to go to History Homos. That might be a typo, but people, look up Dr. C. Lilly and Echo. I can't believe he's the second person in my life who knows about Echo. I'm going to actually get a screen grab of that so I can show the other fella, and he'll be like, "What the fuck?" Because that is just unlikely as hell. So thank you, mate, for dropping that 5-bit. Much appreciated. And then we've got from 42. He says, "Have it for the grift." Nice one, 42. Prasha Katutu. Another one from 42. He said, "Oh, I've got to put my reading glasses on." He says, "There's a course on becoming a cheesy in surrender monkey." I don't know what that is. I can't help anyone, but he's helping me out, so bless him. Mousecat says, "The Accidental Synchronicity Club are situated just next door." Go on, coincidentally. Nice one, Mousecat. Packer dropped a deuce. Vincent dropped a deuce. There you go. It's a crazy fucking world out there. It is crazy out there. Henry drops in a 10-bit. I'm just refreshing entropy so I can check there. Henry says, "Monthly donation, Chris, off the brow." Hang on, people. Right, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Stick a 6 in the chat. Henry's off the skag for 6 months. Out of every 3 junkies, 1 gets clean, 1 dies, and 1 stays on it or goes to prison. Henry's done something remarkable there. Stick a 6 in the chat and give him a little bit of a boost. You know, you can hate junkies all you like, and that's fair enough. But what's the best thing they can do to make the world a better place is change. And, you know, we all make mistakes in life. Fair play, Henry. Massive respect to you. I know what that's like. That ain't easy. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done several times. Good work, Henry. Well proud of you, man. King Athelstan, long time. He says, "Sweller brave man did nothing wrong." Oh, that's gone a bit above my head, man. I read the name earlier, but I'm lost there. Nice to see you, though, King. It's been a while. Paul Squire's been on the firm for 21 months. Nice one for the donation, King and Henry, by the way, and Vincent and Packer. Paul Squire, 21 months. Ludwig's drops an Ayrton Senna in. Bit of ribeye token for a great Monday scrubbage. Don't say that. It's not Monday, is it? It's Wednesday here. You've deliberately tried to put me into some kind of vacuum. I do like it though. Nice one, Ludwig. That will go on ribeyes as well because I haven't been buying them on my current income. And Campbell drops a late 10-bit in. How lovely. Entropy Blogs is here. We were gossiping about the niggler. That's niggler. And I've gone to refresh Entropy. Let me just check. Kieran dropped 20 quid into Entropy and said, just took a shit. Cheers, Kieran. He knows when he puts 20 bond in, I'm going to read it. Bill says this for a Lady Godiva. Ask Vinny why he... I imagine this goes back to something that goes on in the Scrubs lifeboat. If you don't know, people, the Scrubs lifeboat is a Telegram group. I didn't set it up. It's nothing to do with me, but it's where Scrubs go to hang out when they go there to hang out, I suppose. Ask Vinny why he is the only person in London who supports Les cams, LEZ cams, despite knowing about Agenda 2030, the World Economic Forum, net zero, and so on. Balls, he's gone. The cheek of him saying, I've got problems. That's a brutal ender there from the niggler. Right. If I missed saying hello to you, I'm going to put your messages on the screen, but I'm not going to say hellos because it interrupts the music. I'm going to put that link to join my other channel, $2.99. You will be saving my life. Just 1 month. I'm begging you now. I'm not, but it would help. Right, where's that music I want? I've still got the first Boston Crab up here. Give me a second, people. It is a lovely one. It's worth waiting for. It says here there's still 90 people in here. That can't be right. People will usually leave long before now. How many does it say on YouTube? Just lie and say 90 so I feel good. Oh, look at all those sixes for Henry. That's amazing. I'll tell you what, that ain't easy. Before I go, I want to thank everyone who donated. That's great. It's triple bubble at the moment for me, all those donations. I want to thank Rags and the boy Cray who look after the place. I want to thank everyone who came on. That's not easy to come on. Let's see if I'm not going to go through them all. Oh, yes, I will. I can remember them. Packer, Lartus, Barkley, Vincent, Stephen, and Jess. And me, of course. I don't need to thank myself, do I? I might wank myself because they rhyme, you see. Look at those guns. Look at them move. Look at that one. Look at this. Right. But most of all, I want to thank the glorious House of Scrubs as a whole because I need a bit of support at the moment. It's coming at me from all angles. And life does. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to die or anything. But to be able to sit there after a really hard day and think, I'm going to do a stream, and to have roughly 100 people here for 2 hours, Jess has gone in with a wankware. It's lovely. It's a privilege. And if you people didn't turn up, then it would be rubbish. So thank you. It means a lot to me. And it always has. We've been going, 7, 8 years now? Amazing. Hang on. So here's a bit of lovely music that I know you're all going to thoroughly enjoy because you've all thoroughly enjoyed it many times before. You know what? I've got many friends at the moment who are going through hard times. It seems like the world is putting a lot of pressure on people from many directions, including myself, including old friends, new friends. You know, the people that pull the strings, they make life hard for us. So make sure you connect with people because the opposite of connection is isolation, and isolation does more damage to a social being than anything else. You know, addiction, violence, self-harm, all those weird, they call them mental illnesses. They're not. It's just a human in need of connection. So make sure you connect with people, make those phone calls, try and get to see people. You'll be surprised. Sometimes when I'm sitting there all pissed off and angry, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to moan about it and indulge the sort of drama. But when I just get on WhatsApp, video chat an old friend, 3 hours later, laughing my head off, crying with laughter, afterwards, the weight of the world has come off my shoulders a bit. and I didn't even want to make the call. So, you know, think about that sort of thing. Anyway, I'm out of here. Here's a bit of music. You're going to like it. Let me know that you can hear it. You're going to know what it is as soon as you see it. Ta-da, people. I'll put your messages on the screen. Absolutely lovely. Took me back to those good times. It was weird, wasn't it? It was only when I read 42's blog about that period when I was doing 2 a day, you know. It was because there was an audience, because it was the Coof. And yeah, nice. Right, I'm going to get on with my manuscript. It's gone fucking mad, man. I don't know what it's about. I never did. It ain't about anything. Yeah. All right, then. Look after yourselves. Hoita!